I shouldn't have done. I shouldn't have brought this back up. I was right, but I.
Oh, so you're sticking with your right.
I mean, I think I'm
I
right.
want to hear from the people whether or not, I'll even make this the cold open so people can answer in the comment section. Who is more famous? Stone Cold Steve Austin or Steve Austin from the $1 Million Man, $6 Million Man TV show from 1973? I want to hear from you.
Mayo Experience.
Mayo Experience. Mayo Experience. Mayo Experience. Experience.
Welcome to the Pat Mayo Experience, presented by Underdog, the Week 16 picks against the spread, Cust Corner, everything you've come to know and love from the show. Few things before we start. Numéro 1, smash the like to the episode, sub to Mayo Media Network, and turn on those notifications. Hit the audio as well. If we can get some more subs before the end of the year, that'd be great. Number 2. FantasyGolfChampionships.com. My one and done. The race for the Mayo Cup is open. It's already 10% full, and there is $110,000 guaranteed to the winner this year. $1.2 million guaranteed in the prize pool. Now, I mentioned this, Geoff, because I know you're in Ontario and you can't play, so you'll have to get your entry like when you leave and like go to Buffalo to draft teams or something like that. But you can still make your picks from there after you've registered. But it's a great gift. Me and Tambo started doing this like 3 years ago. I get my dad an entry to this tournament every single year. And guess what? It gives us like 15 minutes of chatter every single week, which is 15 minutes more than I normally get.
You know what, Pat? Next week, I'm going to Palm Beach, so I'm going to get to play Underdog. I'll enter in the contests. I'll take care of all my stuff.
There you go. And you can gift it as a gift. It's a great Christmas gift. If you don't know what to do, boom, easy Christmas gift for your dad. Dads, notoriously difficult to buy for, unless you're not one of those weekend warriors at the mall. You're a veteran of what's going on at the stores and all the deals, like one Mr. Tim Undergust.
Tim Undergust.
Not my name.
Now, Jared was confused about your mall walking because Jared said he used to do a bit of mall walking himself.
Evidently, but not the mall walking that I would be interested in.
What was the mall walking you were doing there, Jared?
It was mostly you would go get your parents to drop you off at the mall as like a 14, 15-year-old, and other ladies would get their parents to drop them off at the mall. And you would walk around and shoot, glances from across the way. And if you felt so inclined, you'd say, pop a titty out for the boys.
Damn, those were the days.
Is that what you were doing? Is that what you're still doing at the mall? With
Mall
your
walks are
80-year-old
all
friends?
about getting your steps in where it's warm and flat.
They have gyms for that.
He's just talking about old people aerobics, like in the winter.
Yeah, like
walking.
One of my
surfaces.
dreams, a dream of retirement, is to be able to go to the mall
2 for
every
1,
day.
Get a good sale on some Skechers and just crack that place up and down.
And meet with the same people every day and have coffee every morning and like walk around the mall. It sounds great. That's why this time of year is awful, because you have to park a mile away from the mall. Everybody's there to
Bandwagon mall people, right?
They are.
You hate it.
The weekend warriors.
But you're still okay? Like, you still like waiting in line, right?
Oh, I don't. I have no qualms with waiting in line because I'm an adult and I have patience.
And you get offended. Like, you're in a line. There's like 6 people there. Mr. Fienberg comes waltzing up to the side counter that says, mobile online order pickup. You're offended that I get to do that, right?
Yes, I am. That shouldn't be allowed. It should be first in the store gets precedence, of course.
First to pay gets precedence.
I already paid. I'm just picking it up. They've already got it. They've already put it together. It's already been collected.
You've already saved so much time. You can wait for those of us who actually showed up in person.
Well, he did show up in
person. What? To do what?
To finish my transaction before you pick up the gift that you bought online through the App Store or whatever.
You have the app. You can do this.
It's not the App Store. It's the store's app.
Whatever. Same thing.
I don't think it is the same thing.
Those are very different things.
Yeah, those are not the same thing.
Well, they are and they aren't.
Okay, tell me how they are.
Well, you can't get the app for the store unless you go to the App Store first.
And that would qualify them as being the same thing?
Well, one comes from the other.
You're making it like I'm going to some third-party vendor to make the purchase. I'm literally going to the store's, main app, like consumer
Good for you.
app.
Good for you.
For online purchases.
Geoff, can I reveal something to you?
Okay.
I have not lost a parlay in a week. That's know why?
Good.
Because I only do combos now.
Pat, remember, once upon a time, they tried to convince us, or at least their shtick was that like DFS wasn't gambling.
It's not game of skill.
And now and now they've just turned it over to like predicting isn't gambling. I don't know. It's pretty hilarious. We'll see where it goes, but yeah, it's all the rage. And listen, if you see people make their bets, seems like you get better lines. I don't know how much liquidity is over at some of these places, but
Well, you can use the underdog prediction market. They have a ton of liquidity over it. There's code Mayo if you want to go sign up for that. What else did I have? I want to talk about the Lions for a second.
Okay, sure.
That's where I wanted to start today. I was starting to think that they're not done by any means. If they win out and the Bears lose this weekend, like they're in
the
line.
Bears have to lose one of their next two, and the Lions have to win their next two in order for the last game versus the Lions that they would win the 11-6 tiebreak.
So they're not cooked, but I was trying to think about them in the context of other teams that we've watched over like the past 25 years across any sport.
Okay.
Because they've been a really fun team now for 3.5, 4 years, basically since they knocked the Packers out of the playoffs in week 18 that year when they said, fuck it, we're playing everyone. And then since then, they had the great offense with a great defense. And then the defense got a bit whittled away. Then they lost their coordinators. They're not the same team as they were.
No.
Especially now with some of the injuries that have piled up. And someone made the suggestion to me that they're kind of like the Steve Nash Suns. That they were a team that people wanted to be better than they actually were. Like they reached the Western Conference Finals, didn't get there. Detroit made the NFC Championship, didn't get there. But it feels like they just underachieve when they've got there every single year.
Yes and no. I don't really like buy that because that Suns team was like really favored in some regards. They had like the league MVP.
Yeah, Stoudemire, Nash.
There's a lot more expected of them.
I mean,
The problem with the Lions is their like moment came.
Last year, the Lions were like
we
the
thought they
first
had
or
like
second
4
favorites to win the
years
Super Bowl.
after they lost to San Fran, and maybe they still do. But football's so crazy. Like you have to get your chance and you have to take it because it's such a stupid game. What might happen next?
But the best equivalence for them for the Suns, that the Suns invented the run and gun offense, and like the Lions invented this fourth down going every single time, no matter what offense. Like there's an innovation factor to the Lions that the Suns also had.
Maybe that's
the Suns were a lot like the NFL, the NBA's Chargers back in that era because they both underachieved at the same time.
Well, it wasn't about the underachieving. Maybe it's the innovation part. I mean, the better comp for those Nash Suns is probably the greatest show on turf.
Except that they won a Super Bowl.
Except they ended up winning the Super Bowl. Like those comps are better. I'm just thinking about trying to parse it into now.
Yeah.
But maybe the innovation part, it's no different than, let's say, the Moneyball A's.
Sure.
Because they were able to the Lions trade Stafford, they get Goff back, they get some picks, and they cobble everything together with an innovative offensive coordinator, a new strategy of going for it. It's no different than what the A's did.
And
trade Giambi, get these pieces.
Tragic playoff losses, like the Athletics had tragic playoff losses.
I kind of just think you're trying to read too much into it. The division is just ultra competitive. If they were playing in a different pocket of 4 teams, they'd probably have a couple more wins, and we're not even having this conversation right now.
And I didn't even look at what their playoff probability is. It's probably like
15%, something like that.
Something like that. Like I said, I don't think that they're cooked, but at most points over the past few years, like they've been not either the front runner or the assistant to the front runner. And it just feels like they're kind of on the way down. Maybe, but they're one of the classic teams right now. Maybe it's a lot like the 2010 Packers where they kind of limp in. They can get themselves in, and then all of a sudden they just recapture for 4 games. Would have been so good about them the previous few years.
Yeah.
An incredible underdog story between like the coach and the city and Jared Goff. But hey, shocker, Pat. When people said at the beginning of the year that probably losing both coordinators would have an impact. And through September, it didn't look like it did, but like clearly it's hard to replace that guy in who went to Chicago.
There would be a better place for Daboll than maybe Philadelphia.
Oh.
Send him to Detroit. Are obviously going to be hiring an offensive. You don't take the play calling away from your OC and keep him. I don't think long term. So if Daboll wanted to go to Detroit, I think it'd be a great spot for him.
It's funny, though, to look at it, because I was just looking at point differential. They're third in the NFC in point differential behind the Rams and Seahawks. And per DVOA of all teams, they're third.
Yeah, they're not a bad team at all. They're just unlucky. They've had a super brutal schedule. That happens when you're a number one team like that, and the crossovers this year were really tough.
And
They lost
they're in the harder conference, ironically.
in the harder conference. They won lost all these games against really good teams in really close ways. They're just not getting the little breaks to go their way. The fact that they're still live, despite that, just speaks of their quality. If they were to get into the playoffs, they could be very dangerous. The problem is they don't have any defense.
Well, that's not necessarily true. It's just their defense
No,
is...
they have no
Their secondary's
defense.
so depleted now. Everyone's hurt. So how are they even going to pull it off?
This is what I mean. Even if they did pull it off and got into the playoffs, because it could happen. The Bears certainly could. It's not like the Bears are a stacked team and won't collapse here.
If they were in the AFC and got in the playoffs, you'd be like, yeah, they're probably like any game they could win. In the NFC, it's hard to see that secondary pulling off the run of 2 or 3 in a row.
They're not dissimilar from Buffalo in the sense that they have an incredible offense. They have great playmakers, but their defense is such an Achilles heel that you can't win 4 consecutive games in the playoffs, 38-32. You just can't do it.
Buffalo way more. But
like Buffalo has the same problem though.
Draw versus Buffalo way more than like drawing Detroit.
How many more times can Buffalo go down by 3 or 4 touchdowns and come back?
I don't
They've
know
already done
why
it 4 times. They probably.
I don't know why they have 10-minute like breaks in game every
Sig
game.
break.
I don't know.
They're still on sig break when
But
the
at
game
some
starts.
point, they're going to play Denver and go down 21-0, and they're not going to come back. Or they're going to play the Jags and go down 24-0, and they're not going to come back. Like
I adored.
it's going to happen.
I howled when I heard you talking about cashing out your Patriots credit for 80%. You already gloated. We already in some way conceded. So it's over now, regardless of what happens, right?
I'm perfectly happy with that. As long as that when they lose, I don't lose that 80% credit that I've got. I still get that credit. You can't take it from me when it all goes wrong. That's all I ask.
The Bills are an interesting comp to this because like, if you had to power rank the AFC trustworthy teams, just based on past performance, like if the Chiefs had gotten into the playoffs, obviously they would have like won out to get there. You'd be like, oh man, like the Chiefs might just
so glad they
run
did.
through everyone.
So
and
glad
do
that
it.
topic
But the
of
Bills have
conversation is
now
gone.
taken that role. I feel like in the AFC,
I think that's right.
They're not good. They're unlikely to be the division champions. They're going to be the 5 seed more than likely. Maybe they end up being the 6 seed. We'll see. But they're just going to be the juggernaut road team that doesn't quite have it this year. But they're still going to be the most feared team because they have the best player.
Mm-hmm.
As someone who's got an AFC playoff team, it seems like I don't think the Chargers could lose to all of them. I still have my opinion hasn't changed. I don't believe the Chargers are running off like 2 or 3 in a row in the postseason. I think they'll be a tough out for anyone. That being said, the one team I would like to avoid, so like maybe Justin can actually win his first playoff game, is the Bills. And it doesn't seem like they can match in the first round, but that is the only team that like I would would be fearful of playing. I would think they're underdogs to a lot of teams, but like scared to play, I don't want to play the Bills.
I think I'd rather play the Bills than Denver right now because you're going to play in Denver. And the quarterback has been playing really good football the last month. He's really made some improvements, to give him his credit. And that Denver team that we saw on Sunday, that Denver team is going to be very difficult to beat.
You're not going to get the Bo Nick ceiling game every week.
You don't need it every week. You only need it once.
Yeah, but
Pat, here's the problem. Because they've said it for a while. Like all they need is like mid QB play and they can win the Super Bowl. So they don't need the ceiling play. He used to have like 2 drives a game where he was really good, and the rest of the game he was horrific. Now he's just like baseline pretty good through most of these games. And yeah, mid-tier quarterback play can get them potentially win them a Super Bowl.
And get them to play all their games at altitude at home.
Which has been an advantage. They are 7-0 at home so far.
That Patriots loss and their win against Green Bay was a huge, like they've got to be pretty sizable favorites to be the 1 seed at this point.
It's about 73%.
Yeah, like I believe that sounds right to me. They're going to be a very difficult out because they're going to play at home all their games. I would rather play the Bills than the Broncos. Like if I was power ranking the AFC, even though I picked the Jags to win, and I'm not going to go back on that pick. If we were power ranking,
you were
no, I'm not going to.
Geoff, he saw Trevor Lawrence like shaking his hand on the sidelines in that Jets game, and it came up. It's like, oh no, it's like, do I have to change my pick again?
So
He's
we were
already whatever.
if we were going to
Keep
power rank
going,
the
Tim.
AFC, if we were going to power rank the AFC playoff teams, and if in seventh we put whoever the Baltimore Pittsburgh winner is, I would have to put Denver at 1. I don't know what would change short of injuries. I don't know what would change my mind from putting Denver at 1.
I think Houston's a bad matchup for Denver because they just do
but
everything Denver does.
Likely avoid them in the first round.
I have incredible Houston to win the AFC numbers.
What is it?
Like now it's like 6-1.
Yeah, but
I
what
like
did
25, 35. Yeah, they scare me too, but they're the type of team like a game can go either way. Cause they could lose 19, 16, 15, 12 to anyone too.
And Houston's the exact same way too. Like they could just lose a game 17-14 and they're cooked.
Mm-hmm.
Like both of those teams, I mean, Denver's better than Houston, at least as of this moment. But it's so weird in a year like this to have sort of a changing of the guard type year.
And we do.
That you have no real feel for what these teams in these new positions are actually. We've seen so many good teams crumble in like their first playoff, like big spot. That would it be shocking if the Jags lost 35-0 in the first round of the playoffs? You're like, oh yeah, it's the Jags.
Nope.
Or the Patriots.
Or the Patriots.
Patriots are 6-0 on the road.
Yeah, I mean, that's to their advantage because they're going to have to probably play at least one road game to get to the Super Bowl. So,
Do you buy, Pat, like the narrative that's been constructed? Sorry, do you think it's a fair, proper narrative that now the pressure is even like more on Josh Allen this specific year in this specific AFC bracket?
I do. I think the best thing that could happen to Josh Allen is if Baltimore somehow wins that AFC North.
I would suspend.
Because then at least Lamar can like suck in some of the heat off him.
I'll suspend judgment till you actually see the bracket.
Yeah,
like
but
if their first game is against the Jags, for example.
It doesn't matter who it's against. Like
it
they
does.
have Josh Allen. Josh Allen's biggest kryptonite has been losing to Burrow and Mahomes. And Lamar's always the other guy who's in there too. And none of those guys are potentially there.
No, that's true.
Like you're supposed to be the guy.
It becomes Knicks, Stroud,
May,
Lawrence,
Herbert. It's like, I agree. I don't think maybe it's not fair, but Buffalo Bills fans gonna have to deal with that. That the loss will feel worse. You think losing to like Mahomes is tough? Imagine losing to Bo Nix.
It's always been a good backdoor for Bills fans and Josh Allen that we lose to Mahomes. Mahomes is the best. We lose to him every year. What do you want us to do? Like we try our best. Allen plays amazing and we still lose.
Yeah.
You don't get that this year.
Nope.
Like, if you lose to Lawrence in the first round, it's like, oh God.
But again, it's not his fault because they don't have a defense. So like he can play a perfect game.
Like, like as Pat said, the Chiefs would always be favorites. Like the trusted commodity of the Bills. They're are they not the favorite to win the AFC still?
I believe that Denver is.
They're going to need the 2006 season from the Colts, where their defense was terrible all year. And then in the playoffs, it flipped a switch, and that defense carried Indianapolis basically to a Super Bowl.
So does Buffalo have someone coming off of injured reserve like Bob Sanders who can do this?
Well, they don't. But like that's what they're going to need to do. Their defense is going to actually have to show up.
In the AFC, a lot of good defense in the AFC.
But they don't have it
because they're the diva quarterback conference.
Well, it's funny too because you said that the Chargers probably have a limited chance of doing anything, but their defense has been awesome now for like it's like it's upgraded somehow, and I think a lot of that has to do with the offensive game plan of let's run as many times as possible, shrink this game down, and not let Herbert just take an absolute beating the entire time. Eventually, that's not going to work.
No.
That they're going to have to start throwing the ball and dropping back, and they'll continue to have to do everything out of shotgun. That defense is real, Geoff.
It's pretty awesome. Like I used to get excited to watch the offense, but now the defensive possession starts, and in my head, I'm like, in 90 seconds, we're going to be in third down. We're like... I don't know. There's just something about this team, and Pat, the defense is entirely healthy. It is entirely healthy, and the coordinator is great. And I wonder if, casuals, and by casuals, I still mean like hardos, but, without any skin in the game for any franchise, sit there and think, holy shit. Next year, if Herbert is protected, and this defense and Jesse Minter doesn't get scooped up, I don't think they'll lose him next year. like year 3 under Harbaugh, holy shit, what might be happening? And Tim wants to smack me across the face because he's like, you piece of shit, live in the now. And I'm going to enjoy every second of it.
My
But
favorite game is to ask.
my expectations are healthy, and I don't I know there'll be a tough out, but my expectations are in check. That's all.
My favorite game is wondering which Charger will get ejected today on defense.
Oh, Tim,
We chatted about this yesterday.
Who else has been ejected this year? But you don't. That you took notice of that dome team from California.
I was very impressed.
That was the coldest Charger game I think of my life, temperature wise.
More so than the AFC Championship game.
That was in 1980.
That was 86. I was born, so I should say of my fandom.
He means the Patriots game.
Yeah, the one in.
How cold was the Patriots game that Phillips didn't have an ACL?
Cold. I was there. It wasn't that cold. The only playoff game that Nate
LT looked cold.
Field goals.
LT looked very cold in that game.
In his Darth Vader mask with his trench coat on. I didn't like it. But yeah, I was there. Where I don't care. This defense is going to play on a line, Tim. But I've never Pittsburgh Steeler fans. You cheer for certain teams and you are used to a certain brand of football. I'm not used to it. And it is exhilarating to play with the relentless physicality. Whatever happened in Jacksonville, completely Jacksonville into a bye. This team has just been fun. They're close games. They could lose them all. And they could lose to anybody, but I'm having a ball watching this defense right now.
You should.
A hoot. Derwin James on another planet.
We thought it was him that got ejected at first.
I mean, initially I said, "Oh, a safety's been ejected. It's for headhunting. It's probably Derwin."
You watch that play again. Where is Jefferson supposed to go? The guy ducks late.
I agree. It should have just been a penalty. I would not have ejected him.
I also love that NFL fans, as a community, everyone seems to rejoice in these consistent Ray Rice car crashes, these hit and runs that seem to be happening on the football field.
Rice.
Exhilarating.
Rashee Rice is the car crash.
Oh, I made that mistake on Twitter. I did it again. I think I do it all the time. Sorry. I'm whatever.
Maybe.
My bad.
Did something very sinister happen to Sidney Rice? That's why we don't hear about him anymore.
Who's that again?
You
Oh,
got
You got Ray
for the
Rice, you
Vikings.
got Rashee Rice, and you just have Sidney Rice who just went away one day.
Wasn't like Percy Harvin and the conspiracy of keeping him out of the game.
No, that was Sidney Rice.
I want Tim to finish his AFC. Wasn't he doing a rankings there?
Power ranking.
Well, just per the odds, the Broncos are 3-1 favorites to win the AFC. The Bills are plus 360. Then it's the Texans.
What do you think
at
the
5-1.
odds would be? Bills at Broncos in AFC title in Denver.
Broncos by 1.5.
I don't think that game can happen.
Well, in the title
Why
game,
not?
it could happen.
It'd be very unlikely for that to happen in the title.
Bills are the 5
I see
seed.
what
Bills
you
are the
mean.
5
It'd be
seed.
around
They'd
two
probably play in the
games.
second round.
Bills are the
Yeah.
5 seed. Texans beat the Patriots as the 2 seed.
Okay.
Boom. Texans go to Broncos and Bills go to Jags in the second round.
So you know what? This is no slight, and they beat this 35-6, and the horrors of that night, that playoff night. Do you want to know something? I watched the Chargers game on Sunday. It was the first time I'd watched a game in the location where I watched that Jags playoff game, and I was really scared about that. And I'm happy they won. And I had a sweatshirt there from that night that I hadn't seen in 2 years, maybe more.
Are we disrespecting Dad a little bit and writing his team off completely?
Well, just give us a
So I'm
second.
not ready to
We're-
write them off completely in the
we're-
AFC power rankings.
We're getting there.
Okay.
But they can't be inside the top 7.
I would rank them above the Baltimore, Pittsburgh.
One of those teams is actually
Who
going to
ranked
be
them?
in the playoffs.
Dad.
Oh, the Colts?
Yeah.
Well, Jeff, here's something that
they're on the outside looking in, but they're not dead. They have a game against the Texans. They have a game against the Jags. Like
I
they
hope
still
they're
control
out
a lot of
before
their
they
own
play the Texans, so Phillip doesn't have to play in that game.
Guess what I found in the archives, Jeff, which I'm going to play for the people right now. Do you know what it might be?
It's a consortium of things. Maybe when Phillip called me.
Ding,
when,
ding, 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 ding.
If people have never seen it, it was from a Quicken Loans golf show that we did 10 years ago that our good friend Bob Bronstetter, who you might know from the Custies preview show, arranged
Orville.
for Philip Rivers to call Geoff while we were recording the show, and Geoff didn't quite believe it was Philip Rivers. Check it out.
Hello?
Hey, Geoff.
Hi.
Philip Rivers. How you doing?
Philip Rivers. I wish.
Yeah, how you doing? No, I'm serious. Your friend Aaron gave me your number.
Holy this is real.
Yeah, I heard you just had a little 3-month-old. You got your first Father's Day coming up, so I was calling to happy Father's Day.
I'm like, I can't even feel my hands on my face. Philip, you're everything. Oh man, I'll lace up with you every Sunday for the rest of my life. Like, wow. Hold on. I'm taking this all in. This is too cool. This is too cool. I'm speechless. I've never been speechless.
Yeah, awesome. So where's home? How, you're a big Chargers fan. Where's home?
Yeah, I'm home. Home is Toronto, Canada, but my grandfather, he, retired early, moved out to Carlsbad, and, I'd go visit him and go to Charger games. My whole life, I was at Super Bowl 29. I was in the upper bowl of Foxborough, and when you played badass on that torn ACL, oh my God, this is so weird.
Oh gosh, that was. If we
yeah, if I could have,
I really, gosh, we'd have won that game.
Oh yeah, I wish if I could have 3 minutes beside Marlon McCree on an airplane, I'd tell him how I feel. But other than that, I this is the coolest. Wow. Oh man, everything matters.
Well, cool.
Everything matters, Philip. Everything matters. I see you rock that T-shirt, and I believe it.
It does. Everything does matter. So yeah. So I'm actually in New York City. I flew out here to do this thing with Gillette. Gillette's got this Go Ask Dad campaign they're doing for Father's Day. So I was out here, and then I called to do the interview with your buddy Aaron. And then he hooked me up with you on the phone. So I got to run to another interview. I'm about to be on the NFL Network right here in about 10 minutes.
This is so cool. Thank you. Yeah, my baby. Thanks for the nice words. Her name's Lily. It's after my wife.
Lily.
It's after my wife's grandfather, but to me it's Lily Danian because, that's how I roll.
Cool. No, it's awesome. Yeah, shoot. Hey, congrats. Hey, they grow up fast, and they change a lot at that early age. So, and then remember, the hard nights or long days, they all pass. Everybody goes, oh, they didn't sleep. Well, we'll be all right. A couple long nights, they never kill anybody.
Oh wow, this is so cool. Thanks for even taking a minute, man. That's the coolest. You're the best. You're better than I thought you were. You're better than I thought you were, and that's even hard. That's a hard level to even pass.
Oh, well, I appreciate it. You have a good one now. I got to run.
Thanks so much, Philip.
All right, see you, man.
All right, all the best. Thank you. Bolt up.
Do you still remember that day?
Yes, I do. And I feel like I was such a mark. Like I knew something weird was going on, but I also knew no one in that building had the wherewithal, but I didn't realize Bronstetter was involved because that's like a whole new level. When Bronstetter is involved, anything is possible. And just the backstory, obviously Aaron loves me to this day. We'll share sweet nothings on the internet.
Very good friends.
And one of my favorite shows of the year is when him and Kenny preview the Custies. That being said, it was for Gillette. It was a Father's Day thing for Gillette. And I had my firstborn probably like a month before that. So that and Aaron doing like talent booking for TSN saw that come through, and he, I guess, got in touch with them to be like, I got the perfect fucking guy. Like, not only is he perfect, he's more perfect because he's like literally a first-time dad as of like 3 weeks ago.
It was a lot of fun to do. I tried to keep it straight the entire time. Well, they were like giving me cues that Geoff couldn't see that Rivers was going to be on the line. And then it was up to A-Rap to patch it through. We were like, is he going to fuck this up? He didn't. It all worked. How did you feel seeing him out there? Because as you mentioned on the old X machine, that if you squint really hard, he might as well just be Tua.
Oh my God. Watching the first 2 hours of that game last night, he could have played for either team. it was an exhilarating feeling. You know, he looked like he had a bit of a paunch getting up.
It looked like it.
He was out of breath before the game started.
Hey, listen, yeah, these are all things that happened. When he threw that little, shallow crossing touchdown and did his classic, like, gets in his crouching position and does his, it brought an energy into my body that I've never done crack, but I'm sure that's what crack would feel like. And I was surprised. I'd like to thank Seattle for not really blitzing. Like, they just kind of played high safety. They let underneath stuff happen. Obviously Seattle was desperate late and tried to bring a little pressure. But he didn't hit the carpet nearly as much as he thought. He perfected a blood dump. Years of like little blood dump passes to Sproles and Woodhead. He's a beauty at it.
Were you more nervous for the Chargers game or for his performance?
I was
because you don't want to see him fall flat.
Chargers game. Nervous for the Chargers game. Tim, it's like corny, and I like that team a lot, as documented over the years on this show. But there was an opportunity to like put my playoff probability north of 95% and smash the Chiefs in the face, sweep them. This Chiefs team, I know they're not the same as before, but for the Chargers and their bugaboo, anyone who's a fan who's been dominated by a team knows what that felt like. So that was truly exhilarating. Tim might understand this. Other people might think I'm a psycho, but I also felt I wasn't happy that Mahomes got hurt at all. Not at all. He's the best player we've watched. I love watching football. But it just compounded the Chiefs conversations the next day. And I feel like in the stuff I watch, I wasn't getting appropriate credit.
I was going to bring that up. I didn't think
time. Not only was it like the Chiefs season, but then they had to like deep dive more of the Chiefs because of the injury, which I get. I know how content works, but in my own little way, I was like, damn, could have said 90 seconds about the brute force the Chargers brought to the game. But it was an exhilarating Sunday. And truth be told, I love Phillip, but I wanted them to lose. I did, because my playoff probability is more important to me. Like, once Phillip showed that, I don't know whether he played like better than people thought he would, because it wasn't like that.
He legitimately played better than I thought that he had any chance.
I had forgotten how important the next game was on Thursday for Seattle, and they sort of treated it like a look-ahead game and didn't bring any exotic blitzes or anything, because like they got to bring those to bear Thursday, and they don't want to put that on tape.
Look, they
didn't need to.
Take it from a guy who's like 3-11 on Superlocks this year. San Francisco is going to be my Superlock this week. They're going to crush Indianapolis.
Well, we'll see. We may have dueling Superlocks.
Yeah, that's Monday. I'm going to go into downtown to do the show with Pizzola, because I told Rivers going to start on Monday. I'll come watch. I'll come watch with you.
But you didn't get the credit you deserved. It was a requiem for about the Chiefs. And like it was like Buster Douglas knocking out Tyson, and all they wanted to talk about was Tyson.
Well, of course,
and that wasn't.
Of course, it was.
But like the Chargers should have gotten some of.
If not for the ace, the best player in the on earth tore his ACL. Maybe he hasn't been the best this month, but like, come on.
Yeah, but that's not why they lost. And I said that on the live show.
Not talking about that credit. I don't feel like people were like, oh, the Chiefs were gonna. I feel like that drive would have ended like every other drive on that game. And if they wanted to play 15 more minutes, I'd have punched them in the mouth 15 more times. That being said, they had to do such a Chiefs extendo that it just didn't create any opportunities. But my playoff probability is what's most important to me. And I will say my biggest takeaway from last week, friends, is, we've had the conversations much over the years. Phillip, like there's no way Phillip would be a first ballot Hall of Famer. But I at least thought at some point he absolutely would get in. There are so many quarterbacks, despite not from a generation recent, There are too many quarterbacks who didn't win Super Bowls who got into the Hall of Fame. And he would be there because he tells the story of an era and he's part of it. That being said, I didn't think it'd be like an easy quest. I thought it'd be like a really long wait potentially, which I'm fine for. I went last year.
Who gets in first, Bonds or Rivers?
Bonds is never going to make it.
Bonds is going to get in.
Yeah, Bonds and A-Rod, I don't want to have that conversation.
No, not only that, if they're
unacceptable,
they're almost out of opportunities.
No, they'll get it on the. They'll have to fall off the ballot. Then they'll.
They already have.
Kent getting in over Carlos. I don't know.
Jeff Kent was an MVP of the National League. I would have voted for Jeff Kent when he was on the ballot.
Deserve him to be in the Hall of Fame over Carlos.
And Jeff
Delgado.
Kent also accused of doing steroids.
I don't know whether it was ever
Carlos
definitive.
Delgado
Was Delgado even an American League MVP?
Oh, get out of town.
Delgado was good.
Like Delgado wasn't on a World Series team.
He wasn't an American League MVP the same way Shaq is a one-time NBA MVP.
Shaq was also a two-time Finals MVP.
Yeah,
sure, but I'm saying like
and won multiple championships
Delgado
on multiple
had
teams.
MVPs like stolen from him as he flirted with triple crowns. Anyway, so the takeaway from last week for me is like Phillip Rivers is apparently an automatic Hall of Famer. Everyone in every like paraphrasing of the story, from all these networks, like Hall of Famer. He throws the touchdown. The guy on the broadcast like future Hall of Famer. So I guess they've already voted, or not voted. They've sort of put themselves in a corner where he's going to the Hall of Fame, and
Sunday
I'm excited about that.
Did
and
tremendous
overall,
benefit for your case.
Good, Tim, because now my 2-year-old son, he'll be like 7 or 8, and we'll go. It'll be awesome.
No, this Sunday was a huge plus to that campaign.
Why? All he
plus.
did was throw blood dumps.
Yeah, but he came back.
Because he came back from having not played for 5 years and played quite competently and didn't get hurt and didn't embarrass himself. Who could do that?
One thing that I saw.
Tom could do that. Who else could do that?
Well, do you think Tom's sitting there like, I still got
Tom 100% could do it. He 100% could do that.
Absolutely could.
Tom's older too. Let's not forget that.
If the Raiders were competitive, yes, I was just about to say that.
If the Raiders were in the identical situation as the Colts, I actually think Brady would have freaking played.
100% he would have.
Would he be allowed to? Or is he still under contract
for the Buccaneers? That's the only team
they'd release him.
I don't think he's allowed to play for any other team.
Yeah, they'd
but
release
he probably could play for the Raiders.
Brady's 48, by the way. Not 44, 48.
He could do 2
I don't
games.
care.
He could do 2 games. He could do He could do better than what Phillip did.
He could do the Roger Clemens, I'm coming in September to finish,
But here's the thing, Pat. Like Steve Young and some guy, they'd always say, like, I could play for a week or 2, but I just couldn't do there's no way I could do the whole thing.
Steve Young coming back.
He's
walking off the set onto the field.
Now, you played the Chiefs week 1 this year, Geoff. I hope for your sake you get the Chiefs in the first couple of weeks next year. You deserve that.
A lucky draw.
You deserve that because he's not going to play the first 4 weeks.
I'm sorry, Jeff Bezos, that Christmas is ruined, but Jesus Minshew will be good TV probably.
I think that people forget.
And Tim, what do I talk about? My biggest fear is that the quarterback has the injury so late in the year where it ruins the entire offseason and jeopardizes the start of the year.
Well, it does. At this point, I think the likeliest outcome is he starts on the PUP and starts in week 5. If I were suspecting, when do we see Patrick Mahomes again?
He could play week 1 today.
He could.
I think best case scenario, he could
if
play.
You're the Chiefs and you have $1 billion asset and your whole franchise's future, what's the point of risking weeks 1, 2, 3, and 4? Because you only need to go 1-3 or 2-2 and bring him back. So I don't see any need to jeopardize him.
Do you also know who didn't speak to the media after Sunday's game?
Travis Kelce? Are you saying that Travis Kelce is Colin Morikawa?
I mean, he's showing some signs.
Is Kelce also not a rival?
No,
Morikawa's not a rival?
He wouldn't go that far. No, but Kelce, that's 2 straight weeks. He won't talk to the media. I would actually, if I had access to don't even know the line, but I would bet that he'll play next year.
I think so too. I don't think he wants to go out like this. I'm not sure he'll play in Kansas City unless he signs the minimum.
Yeah, that'd be the follow-up. I don't know. It'll be Kansas City.
Buffalo.
But Kansas City's going to get the 12th overall pick, Tim, and draft your running back. And everyone's going to be like, holy shit.
I could see it. I could see it. No, don't draft an offensive lineman. You wouldn't want to do that with Patrick Mahomes as your quarterback.
They got a couple pigs in that backfield, which almost, Mahomes, while he's superhuman, I don't know that running game, like unless it's like 3rd and an inch, sure, Hunt's good at that. They're just pigs. They just leave him and
Yeah, I
they'll
agree.
get a yard for him.
I agree.
Hunt has actually been relatively consistent, just not. They have no explosion in that offense.
No,
Like,
well, they
Worthy-
have a couple of like
Worthy's-
Taekwon is an
Worthy-
explosive player. They just don't use him
Yeah, but
enough.
Taekwon's also not good.
Well, he's
So-
good at what he does.
Sure, but
he's
can't,
good at
your
running a
entire
wide
offense
route.
just can't be throw 60-yard bombs to
No,
Taekwon.
it can't be, but it can be a complementary and important part
It
of your
can be,
offense.
and we saw that for flashes this year where
Yeah.
it did work. But outside of that one play, they just have screen passes to Rice and
Like,
Worthy.
I don't think they can afford to bring Kelsey back unless he chooses to sign a 1-year really cheap deal. But if he does, I think he'll come back. I don't think they want it to end this way. I think they want to end on their own terms, and this is not it.
You know what I
I told
uncovered?
Gary and my theory off air about why I'm confident Andy Reid won't be retiring anytime soon, and he said great theory or good theory. So you can go listen to that many times over the years. I've shared it. It always
Yes.
upsets Tim.
Well, it does upset me, but like you're going to keep saying it, so I've accepted you're going to keep saying it.
I went through the drive-through at McDonald's today to pick up coffees, Geoff. And do you know what they had on the drive-through window?
Stickers.
Holiday times of open
Oh.
and closure.
Listen, Tim knows it's the time of year where you got to just double take the door. You
Mhm.
cannot trust Google.
Nope.
You got to double take the door to confirm your holiday times when you want to go to McDonald's before or after Christmas dinner.
Or you want to have a Big Mac after midnight mass. They're there for you.
Jesus.
They're there for you.
The wafers aren't good enough for you?
I'm glad they posted it now because someone said earlier we were outside. Like, well, what if you didn't see that beforehand? It's like anybody going to McDonald's late on Christmas Eve or on Christmas Day hasn't not gone for a month. They've been through the drive-through that week at least once, and maybe several times in the last couple of weeks. So this is the time to post those hours because inquiring minds want to know.
So if you do want to know, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, 24 hours open.
That is amazing.
Now, I don't know if that's every location.
It won't be every location, but the fact that there's a couple of anchor places that I know will be 24-hour McDonald's, that's all I need. I'll drive the extra 10 minutes if I know it's there.
Custy's voting is going to open soon, as we were able to recover most of the Custy stuff for the year, and Rob was able to find all the time codes
Okay.
to everything. So it'll be like an enhanced version of the
Great.
Custies this year. But we're going to limit the amount of nominees per category. There's not like 14.
Well, that's a good idea.
It's just on the show. It just takes a long time to
It
read them
does.
all.
It does.
So, and we'll make a more competitive category this year. But I'm starting to think about the 10-year Custies. When we do the biggest
Next
historical-
year's, not this year's, but next year's.
Yeah, so this year's the 9th. Next year we'll do the 10th, and we'll do the.
I think that's the final one. That's the
you
goodbye to
say
the
this stuff
Custies.
all the time.
No, but like that could be the final.
Live
Custies.
and-
He's just trying to set up for me to lose because he's like, it's the final one. Everyone, you can give him the vote, send him out, lifetime achievement. We all get it. You voted for me 9 times. He's reminding people it's the final one.
That's a
and the
damn good
vote's for me.
strategy. It's a good strategy. You don't need to ruin it. It's actually a really good strategy. I'd like to see it employed.
Either way, if people have something they want to nominate, which may have been overlooked, that you think may have been overlooked this year, drop it in the comment section or email me at mayomediainc@gmail.com. People have been emailing me a lot more lately. It's great.
Okay.
Just people who email the show with like hilarious things.
Okay.
I find it very funny. So just keep doing that. Enjoy it. But from May 2002, Geoff,
2002.
or 2022, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. It wasn't before Twitter. It was 2022. Mito Pereira
Oh dear.
made an up and down,
Oh dear.
which Cust called a championship-winning shot.
Should have been.
And then the next, obviously, drive, he drives it into the water of the PGA Championship, doesn't even make the playoff, loses. Do you know what happened to Mito this week?
No, I don't.
He got relegated from Live.
Oh
What?
dear. Really?
He's off Live because he sucked
No
too
way.
much.
Ow.
Is that the most impactful Andrew curse
No,
of
I
all
don't.
time?
No, I reject the premise, but
Like Liv is sorry, I'm out of the loop. Liv is having relegation events.
they've been
that he
relegating
was
people
in?
for years.
Yeah, but they usually relegate like 2 people.
Like
But now-
Graham McDowell. Or
Yeah, and I
Anthony
think
Kim.
Stenson may have got it too. No, I think Anthony Kim is back, isn't he?
I don't know. He played really well in some
He
tournament. there
had
recently.
one good round in
That's
there.
more
I
than
think
he
he's
played in
for
Live.
this year. I think he's in for this year.
Okay.
I just thought it was funny that I saw Mito pop up. I've been relegated from his Live because they
And we have Siwoo.
no. Siwoo said that was all fake reporting. He was like, "I'm not going to
Oh,
Live."
okay.
He and Sung Jae were both reported to go. It was announced, and they're like, "We're not going to Live."
Oh.
Then he announced he's playing in the Sony
I think
Open.
we as golf fans would like to see them go over to Live. That'd be
No,
fun.
everyone was devastated Siwoo was leaving because we wouldn't get a chance to see him anymore.
You can watch the golf tournaments. They're on TV
Not really.
if you want to watch them.
Well, yeah. You don't watch them.
I watch the highlights and I watch like what's available on YouTube and I watch.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You don't.
Yes, I do.
I ask you when there are tournaments that are shown on YouTube and the highlights that come in, I ask you about Live last week. You're like, Live was on last week?
No, I've never said that. I'm aware of when they're playing.
Jeff,
I'm
back me
aware
up
at
here.
least of when they're playing. I'm not like Jeff, who's like, oh, they're playing this week. They have a schedule. No, like, I'm aware of when they're
You
playing.
are definitely not, because I ask you all the time. You're like, I didn't know they were playing.
I don't think that's true. I think this is.
I feel like you misremember
I
a lot of
think
things.
you misremember a lot of things, and this is one of them.
That is not true. We'll ask Tim Butts.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he'll come down on my side of things.
Well, he'll just remember what happened. You know, when everyone says that you said something that you did say and then you don't remember it, we're not conspiring against
this week
you.
was great for that idea because the way the Irish were attacked for the last week and a half confirmed my belief that everyone was against them. It confirmed everything I believed. I thought everyone was against them,
No one's
and then they
against
got
them. People are
robbed
just
from the
sick of them
playoff.
acting like fucking babies. Like you're still talking about
Everyone-
it like a fucking child.
Garion was on my side.
Really, Notre Dame fan Garion was on your
Yeah,
side,
no,
huh?
So it's not just me.
So you have Notre Dame fans and the rest of the world.
We were talking to them. I was talking at the Christmas party to some Notre Dame fans who felt the same way I felt.
So has any non-Notre Dame fan felt that way?
I don't know that I've had, other than with you two on this show, I don't know if I've had an in-depth conversation with anybody else.
And then, Jeff, I had some college football people. I was like, I ran Notre Dame's next year's schedule by them, which Tim claimed was the hardest in the country,
no,
I
I didn't say
believe.
it's the hardest, but I said it is a hard
And
schedule.
someone said it was actually the easiest schedule
Oh,
in
yeah,
the country.
of course, because any opportunity
But
to take
you're
a shot
saying
at
it's
Notre Dame-
hard. You know nothing about these teams. People that analyze college football are like, no, it's super easy schedule.
Yeah, they would say that. Anything to take a whack
So,
at Notre
Jeff,
Dame.
what is it? Is everyone against Notre Dame or are people just
It
sick of
seems
them?
like everyone's against them.
Jeff's not even listening.
No, it seems like people like don't care for their crying. Like they
Yes.
just lost. They lost out. There's like they're now protected for the rest of time.
And they
So they're a
should be.
protected institution. No one gives a shit that they're missing this year.
The network should.
Well, it's no different than, those games are going to rate in the playoffs anyway. It's no different than Netflix on Christmas Day. Yeah, it sucks that Mahomes isn't playing. People tune into the most ridiculous Thursday games all season long. You think people aren't going to watch football on Christmas?
All three Christmas games are looking like bad games.
Do you think that people
Well,
aren't going to watch?
The two early games are Netflix. The late game is Amazon.
still Amazon? Yeah,
But either
Your
way,
point
people
remains
are
the same.
going to watch.
not
There are football games on TV that are NFL branded. People are going to
yeah,
watch
but they
those
have no
games.
chance of like the Thanksgiving number.
They never had a chance at the Thanksgiving numbers.
I don't know if they were really good matchups. I think they would have.
This year's Thanksgiving game, Jeff, was the highest rated game in 25 years. That wasn't a Super Bowl.
Yeah, Broncos Chiefs, if it like really mattered, if the Chiefs were like still alive and the win could bring them to like 50% playoff prob going to week 18. I mean, it wouldn't have been Thanksgiving, but it would have been pretty freaking huge for sure.
It's still going to be huge, though.
Agreed. I'm watching.
Yeah, it'll be on. It'll be on at your house.
It'll be on, but I mean, like,
You stream?
He has
no, it's on
Netflix.
TV.
Yeah, he doesn't.
These
use,
games are on TV.
So he doesn't use. No, the Netflix ones will only be on.
Well, last year they were on TV.
Were they?
Yep.
You didn't have to watch them through Netflix.
Not last year. They were on regular
Really?
television for regular people.
Interesting. I'm surprised about
Because we,
I'll be
as
in
Jeff will tell
America,
you,
so I'll
as
have
Jeff
to
will tell you,
stream.
we get looked after by and
that.
large.
We do, but most of the NFL rights packages now, because Netflix is a worldwide. It's like a lot of the WWE rights and things like that they've been bought out nationally, like internationally now. That I'm sure that eventually it will only be Netflix only once.
I
whatever
honestly
exists,
don't care much about those games on Christmas.
you will watch them.
And unless I'm in the fantasy finals, I'll like pay attention on my phone a little bit, but I don't really care that much.
Okay. I have a
They're-
giveaway.
they're not
Christmas giveaway here for people,
Oh,
Jeff.
Santa Patrick.
If you go to 4for4.com/mayo right now and you use code SURVEY when signing up at SharpStack, you get a free 7 days, plus you get 30 days for just $10. Then you'll get sent a survey. It takes 30 seconds, Jeff. In that 30-second survey, after you complete it on December 23rd, one person will win a lifetime pass to SharpStack, Fantasy National, and BetSports Golf. And the BetSports Fantasy National combo is going to be one membership. So if you have a Fantasy National membership, you will also have a Rabbit Hole membership, I believe, starting January 5th. There'll be both sites in the same membership.
It's pretty exciting.
Yeah. So get it. I mean, it's
a lifetime pass.
Yeah, I mean, Sharp Stack's like $800 a year. You might as well get into it for cost you $10, and you get to use it for a month, and for 5 weeks for $10. You might as well go try it and see if you can win it. To recap, last week I was a disaster again, but I'm getting used to that. 5-11, not even over 100 wins for the season, like 30 games below 500. We're looking good. The coin was 6-10, 109 and 109, even money. That's where the coin should be. You continue to be good. You're 8-8. Jeff is now within 4 games of you after going 10-6 and hitting a super lock again to go to 10-5.
That's awesome. That's
I'm
awesome.
for
You should look. I hope you do.
Oh,
I look. If you pass me and I have like good weeks and you have better ones, that's good. I'm glad for it.
If somehow, like this is the worst year I've ever had, but you two are dueling it out with amazing years. If somehow you lose while being 25 games above 500, it's going to be shocking.
Yeah, but you know what? I will not be upset in the least. I'll be happy that Jeff had a better year. Like that's awesome that Jeff had a better year.
It's house money. Like I've already clinched top super locks.
Yeah,
yeah. I'm not beating
like
you.
Congratulations, you're doing great. I'm like, that's awesome. It's good for the show.
I agree. You did lose your money line parlay.
Oh yeah,
two of the 3 teams lost.
Yeah,
and the
New Orleans didn't.
New Orleans won. Yeah. So we're doing our draft. Was it 2 weeks from now of like when the games happen?
Oh yeah.
I would like to lock in winner of Tampa Bay and Carolina versus Seattle or San Francisco or the Rams, whatever one that is the first game.
Yeah, I'd say there's a strong chance, or the first game on Sunday, which is also a low-rated game.
And which means
low-rated.
Buffalo at Baltimore or Buffalo at Pittsburgh is the Monday night game.
Whatever the 4-5 is will likely, that other 4-5 has to be a Monday night game.
Yeah, well that 4-5 is far more appealing than
I would agree.
Winner of NFC South versus.
And ESPN's had the NFC side a bunch in that game recently, so it would make sense that they'd have to
like
have an
too
AFC.
many AFC South teams in the playoffs. They won't know what to do.
Well, at least 2, maybe, and they'll at least have 2. We don't know exactly which 2 yet, but
each of them should. I mean, they might end up playing each other. Which
Could
is
they?
Possible. Yeah,
Yes,
like
it could be a 6-3 matchup.
yeah, could be a 6-3 matchup.
Oh yeah, Chargers will go to 7th. They'll play the Broncos or Pats. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's definitely possible.
So, I mean, that's probably ideal if like Houston at Jacksonville or Jacksonville at Houston.
Give that game
something
to
like
Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always fun watching. I mean, we're all doing it in our head, but like trying to permutate how that'll
It's my
play out.
favorite live show of the year. That's my favorite game of the year.
Garion said he'd be here. We're trying to get Cam for this week, but he's been very wishy-washy on confirming whether or not he's available on
Well,
Sunday
we
night.
still have the night of the 21st, night of the 28th, and the night of the 4th.
Yeah,
So
somehow the schedule really broke down in our favor this year.
Christmas falling on a Thursday was good news for us.
Yeah, so
last year we got killed.
Yeah. But this year we can do this show at the regular time. We can do the Sunday night. We don't have to skip Sunday Night Lives.
Yeah.
We can do those unless I go to Kansas City
can do
again. Then obviously we will be canceling that show.
Then we can do the week after Christmas at normal times as well.
Well, the week after Christmas we moved to Monday nights.
No.
In the playoffs we moved to Monday nights.
In playoffs, but like week 17 and week 18 we're not.
Oh yeah, we'll be regular time.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like New Year's falling on a Thursday also is advantageous for us.
And golf getting pushed back a week this year is
Yeah,
very
being
helpful.
canceled for the first week is good.
Canceled.
Thank God.
You canceled this.
I didn't cancel it, but I hope that course bounces back. And now that it was damaged,
it actually-
if it bounces back, it now really this actually could result in them getting like a huge tournament. of
Getting
some sort.
what?
Well, what tournament do you think is going to go there?
I don't
What's
know.
bigger
Honestly, I
than
don't
the
know.
tournament they have?
Pick a tournament to go there, and I'll tell you whether that's feasible or not.
Send the BMW out there. Send the BMW there. Put them in the FedEx Cup for 1 year. They move that one all around the country anyway. Sometimes it's in
There's a
Colorado.
rotation.
Sometimes it's in
for the
Philadelphia
BMW Championship.
for a 1
We're
year.
gonna go to Hawaii in August.
They're not going to Hawaii in August.
Give it to Wildlife.
They're not playing Hawaii golf in August.
Give it to Kapalua for a year.
They're not playing golf in
They
August in
already
Hawaii.
have a great event with a great field. What are you trying to do?
Give it like a big boost.
Oh my God, Nota Begay will be out there with this ruler regardless. You'll enjoy it. Get off this.
I don't think they want to play in that sort of heat. It's the same reason that they don't put the U.S. Open in Florida. They don't want to play August golf in Hawaii.
Play a December President's Cup there then.
Tim, did you tip appropriately?
Yes.
He did. Sure
Yeah,
did.
play a December President's Cup there then. That'd be great.
I don't think they want to. They only do the December President's Cup if it's in like Australia.
Yeah, well, this would be another reason to do it. And like,
I'm
that's
going to
it.
be in Palm Beach, Pat. I'm
told us.
going on Christmas Eve.
Oh,
Apparently, TGL starts on the 27th.
you want
That's
me to
like-
get you? You want me to get you passes?
It's like 10 minutes from me. I think I should go touch some indoor grass.
Well, now that TGL is not sponsoring the show this year, I can say that I don't have a ton of interest.
I thought it was
No,
interesting
I
for what
don't
it was.
either. We're all pretty lukewarm, but listen, they put it in like a good spot, right? Like Monday nights in NFL postseason with big names.
Yeah.
You see, I don't know, like name a few. I mean, there's a few of those guys. I see them on TV. I'm gonna stop watching. But I agree. I don't really care.
I just don't want it to take away from anything PGA related, which I do think is the ultimate end goal for this, because I've heard rumors that what they want to do to the PGA schedule is not start it until
Super Bowl
March
Sunday?
1st, like after Super Bowl.
Honestly, it's a smart idea to condense
I
it as
don't
much as
hate it.
possible.
I'll
hate
miss
it.
but I don't
I
hate
hate
it.
it.
I love
Fewer
the
events,
off-season
condense the
pass.
schedule.
I hate this very much.
No
Less
offense.
is
I
more.
see you doing like Butterfield like show breakdown with one of the great people who are one
Love
of our
it.
friends. And in my head, I'm like, thank God.
I didn't ask
Thank
you.
God that's not me.
I love it. There's nothing more fun. The most fun I generally have talking about golf all year is during football season, because all I talk about all week is
Yeah,
football.
there's so much fat during the PGA, even during the regular season. You could cut away, and no one would miss the certain.
Oh,
tournaments.
but this new commish pad, he's gonna. Okay, like we could do a show on it. Maybe I don't really have any guesses at the moment. He's gonna do like 2 or 3 crazy things.
I agree, and I
And by,
really hope it's not a condensed schedule.
like making the President's Cup co-ed, like that can count as crazy. Like he's going
That'd be
to take
fun.
a few things on this schedule, on this calendar, and he's gonna do a few like he's gonna blow some shit up.
I got Michael Kim coming on the show at the end of the week, so
Like, how crazy is
Kim.
crazy though, Jeff? Like what are the limiting principles of crazy? Like
Eliminating events, or maybe like literally like
moving the Tour Championship, or not moving like the
maybe,
players
like,
out of
I don't
Sawgrass
know.
for a year.
Say that again.
I doubt that, because they're like that's their home base.
And what used to be, it's not anymore, right?
Yeah, but
Didn't
they
they
still
move
have
to
all the shit
Frisco?
there.
Totally gonna like revamp the finish.
I believe the PGA of
Um,
America moved to Frisco,
Okay.
and then they'll try to sue me again. You can't use our logo on YouTube. We need $11 billion from you, sir. Like, don't you have better things to do with your time than this? No, we do not. How about make the tournaments
I've
better?
long thought
No.
they should actually rotate Players Championship around, like they do the Super Bowl. Like you can have anchor spots, and Pontevedra can be one of them.
No,
But it doesn't have to be at Sawgrass all the time.
I like that it's in one place all the time. That's one thing that people really like about the
Most
Masters,
tournaments
too.
are in one place all the time. What's cool about a few tournaments in the rotation, like the BMW, for example, is that they do move around
Yeah,
every now
the
and then.
very highly rated, just anticipated BMW championship every
the
year.
second playoff
Yeah,
event
no
of
one
the season.
people have stopped caring about golf at that point.
You know, I enjoy the odd tournament that gets to move around a little bit. I think it's good for golf to see various places you otherwise don't see. Because then as you hit gold, like last year at the Cricket Club, we learned about that course. That was a great course. That'll hold an event sometime in the next 7 or 8 years because it was a really fun course to watch on TV.
It was okay. I think part of this is now turned into a golf show, so I'll give myself 30 more seconds on this. But one of the main reasons that LIV is having so many problems is because all the most famous courses belong to the PGA. That part of the sell of a lot of these PGA tournaments is that you know the course. Like when they go to Pebble every year and they go to Torrey Pines.
Yeah,
every
the
year.
big courses, but like nobody cares about the Shell Houston Open course.
No, and they've moved that around.
So they could just cancel that tournament or move it to a different, like, it
well,
could be
that's
another
the one
thing.
that's the 2 weeks before the Masters.
Yeah, like that. But I just say that as an example. There are certain courses nobody cares about. Honestly, I understand people love the Wells Fargo, but like Quail Hollow has a soft spot for nobody. No one cares about Quail Hollow. They could move that around. That'd be fine.
But they like having it in Charlotte.
I understand that. But you know what? You can move it to other places. That'd be okay too.
They want to stay in Charlotte.
And maybe you could get better sponsors if you're going to have like, you're going to have an arc at a course in Little Rock. Maybe Walmart will give you a huge sponsorship for the year. I don't know.
They do. They have a.
You can have some fun with it. I think if the commissioner is willing to actually like strip things down to the bare bones and play around, that's okay. It's probably good for the PGA.
It just sounds like you don't like the PGA Tour.
I think it could be improved.
I mean, you also think that
I
LIV is great.
I think the tour itself thinks it can be improved. They wouldn't have been making various significant changes to it over the last few years. To its benefit, I think.
Let's jump into
The better product than it was 5 years ago. I'll say that.
PGA Tour.
A much better product than it was 5 years ago. The elevated events, great idea. Making golf more interesting.
Then you have no feeder system for the rest of it. You turn it into Live, and Live's biggest problem is they can't create any stars.
No, you just said what people care about are the courses and, more important, the players.
But you need to be able to create the players.
And you can do that.
You can't. Well, what tournaments are these fucking people playing in?
I didn't say make every event a elevated event.
But you're saying cut down the schedule and keep signature events. There's only so many weeks.
You can have a larger field in the signature event.
That I'm on board
You
with.
can have a larger field. It can be 90 people.
But then you have the same 90 people all year. How do the new people get it?
It'll work
They
itself
don't?
out. It'll work
Oh,
itself
God.
out. It will work.
Don't try playing golf
will
anymore.
work
You can't
itself
make
out.
PGA Tour.
It'll work itself out.
That's why maybe just make it like have these other tournaments and just make them. I mean, they already are lesser. Just keep running them. If they're not losing money, why get rid of them? And it gives you people playing all the time. It keeps you on TV. These TV rights deals, Jeff, are worth a ton by having 20 hours of content every week. It's the baseball strategy.
Well, it's the other part of it. I mean, 5 years ago, I would have told you they have so many corporate partners, how could they ever leave them at the door? But now it seems like, they have to lower their bar on their corporate partners, and maybe they should just get rid of a few events.
Agreed.
Because they've lost a lot of I don't want to say like blue chip companies.
Like Honda, Wells Fargo.
Stalwart partners have like disappeared.
But why is Truist any worse than Wells Fargo?
It's not.
I don't think it
Wells
is,
Fargo.
but I think it's like telling when Wells Fargo wants out of the game.
And other companies want to come in. I don't get what the problem is. It's not like these companies had the same sponsors.
But there have been tournaments this year last year without sponsors.
What didn't have a sponsor last year?
Houston
Listen,
tournament was
like
just
if
the
Canada
Open.
lost RBC, it'd be like
I thought it was
back
the Shell.
No, I don't think it was the Shell. I think Shell stopped sponsoring that tournament.
No, it was
didn't it?
It's the Children's Hospital in Houston that does it.
Does it?
Yeah.
I thought there was one or two tournaments last year that didn't have.
There was
a
one
sponsor.
2 years ago that didn't have one.
Like, isn't there one this year without one? The Miami Open.
Oh, there might have
That's
been.
the Cadillac.
No, that's Cadillac.
Now it is. Well,
Cadillac
Cadillac must have
sponsoring it.
just
Yeah,
bought that.
Yeah, well,
sponsorship.
it was a brand new tournament.
Yeah.
So Thursday night football.
No more golf. Only golf.
We got lots of golf.
I got lots of Franklin Templeton shootout takes. Let's talk about
That
the
just
Franklin
happened.
Templeton. Yeah, that's why I got lots of takes.
Didn't hit
You
me with
watch
it.
it?
No,
I don't want to talk about it.
Well,
I didn't watch it. I'm just curious.
Anytime you can see John Daly, I'm in watching.
That's
you
next
didn't
week.
play in that.
Well, whatever it's coming up this weekend.
That's the
Oh, you're
father
talking about
son.
the father-son thing.
Yeah, the hero. The hero.
That's not the hero. Not the hero.
No,
is the
that
hero.
is the
The
that's
hero's
not
the Tigers
hero.
tournament.
What is this called? What is that father and son? I thought it was called the hero.
PNC.
Okay. That's good TV. That's what people want to see.
Watch the Langers cheat to win. Like
Watch
they do every
John
year.
Daly and John
Yo,
Daly, the
good
second
thing
player.
Justin Thomas is hurt, so he can't like bully a bunch of kids to win a trophy.
Yeah, but you can't bully Langer's son. It's like they get to play from Bernhard's tees, and he's like a -7 handicap or something. It's great.
I love it.
A fan of our show plays in that.
Who?
Mark O'Mara's son, Sean.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Sean's in that. And I will say, did you see who won
No.
the
Who was it?
Grand Thornton shootout?
Who was
Oh
it?
yeah, Novak. He's the team golf champion.
Yeah, so two players have come on the show this year: Michael Kim and Andrew Novak, winners.
There you go, folks.
You come on the show and you are a PGA Tour player, you will win a tournament.
There you have it.
Facts.
Or a live player.
And answer got traded. That's why I knew.
Thing is, if Phil wanted to come on the show,
Oh,
you
Phil, yeah.
wouldn't have Phil
Yeah,
on the show.
I would have Phil on the show. Well, he just replaced you on the gambling show.
I
We could put it
understand.
on Rumble.
Yeah, big on Rumble.
Bryson wanted to come on the show. You'd say
America
no.
first picks of the week.
You get Bryson
Phil?
on the show. Think
Sorry.
of the ratings.
Oh yeah, listen,
We're not
Bryson,
doing
Bryson,
golf.
open forum for Bryson.
But the thing is, I'm not speaking for Tim here because he seems not like the most internet literate person.
No.
But Phil is unfortunately of the age where they're like how do I put this?
Phil has
He's
turned into
not-
everyone's like stupid uncle on the internet.
Yeah, like he falls for AI slop. Like we're of an age, Pat, where we have like enough experience in both non-internet world and internet world, and we're still of an age where we can like decipher it way better. Phil is just all he's doing is retweeting AI slop with like paragraphs of concern, but he doesn't know it's AI. Oh, it's a tough look, man.
it is a concern.
It's a good thing you got off the internet because this would happen to you.
Yeah.
Anything that you just saw that maybe you liked or agreed with, instant like, oh my God, look at
Not
this.
off the internet. I just spend less time on the internet.
It's good. It's healthy.
It is, but it's great. Great.
It'd have been way funnier if Phil had this break, this like mental break, while he was the PGA Tour like commentator that he was supposed to be.
We can still get there one day. Maybe that'll be one of the drastic changes. They'll merge with Liv just to make Phil to give him the spot on CBS.
I don't know.
Oh,
It
I
would
like
take
him. I
like a
like him
couple
moment.
true social tweets
You
promoting
give him
it.
you give him the NBC chair. Don't take Immelman's. I
don't
like
care.
Immelman.
None of the guys are good enough. Who cares?
No, Immelman's actually really
He's
good
fine.
at his job.
You don't think Phil would be better?
Yes,
don't
but
think,
like
like-
there are worse commentators that Phil could replace.
Like Poulter would be better than Immelman.
Have a 3-man booth. I know Geoff hates the 3-man booth, but we actually listened to a lot of 3-man booth this week because despite
It was the Rivers
two,
game.
despite 2 marquee games going on,
We watched the Seattle
We
game.
watched. I'd be curious what the ratings were for Seahawks Colts. If people felt like we felt, where you're like, I got to watch this. Great games happen every week. This comes around once in a lifetime.
Look, I keep telling you about Omaha Steaks, and not every single person has got Omaha Steaks yet, so rectify that now, because they are the official sponsor of tailgating. But in the Pat Mayo household, Omaha Steaks is the official sponsor of the holiday season, because I got guests coming over, and they like meat, whether it be steaks, burger, deli-style franks, all the heavy hitters are coming in that cooler, which is so glorious to crack open, easy to make, throw it on the grill out back, and you're gonna be set up, no running to the grocery store, and you actually have food that people want to eat when they come over to your house. Shipped right to your front door. There's no off-season for flavor with these guys. Make game day delicious with the official sponsor of tailgating. Visit omahasteaks.com and get $35 off with promo code MAYO at checkout. That's omahasteaks.com, promo code MAYO at checkout. Terms apply. See site for details. Underdogs expanding the game. You already know their player picks. Pick higher or lower on player stats. Today, Underdog prediction markets are live in 25 states. Back your squad with spreads, handicap for closer game, or totals, higher or lower combined score, combined with player picks for bigger payouts. New customers play $5 on fantasy, get $75 in fantasy bonus entries. Code Mayo. Team picks, player picks, all on Underdog. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. The holidays are all about traditions, and there's one tradition that I think that more people should consider: taking time for yourself. Therapy can give you space to reflect, reset, and even rewrite the holidays to look like what you want it to look like. Maybe it's starting a new tradition with your family, or maybe it's just carving out time to take care of your own mental health. That's where BetterHelp comes in. BetterHelp is an online therapy with fully licensed therapists who are matched to you based on your needs. They do the hard part up front, and if your match isn't right, you can switch anytime. With over 30,000 therapists and millions helped worldwide, it's therapy that actually works. This December, start off a new tradition by taking care of you. Our listeners get 10% off at betterhelp.com/PatMayo. That's betterhelp.com/PatMayo. Well, this comes around once in a lifetime, a really good Thursday night football game with massive playoff implications, where the Rams are at the Seahawks. I thought did I have this at? Someone's a 1-point favorite here. I believe the Rams are a 1-point
Rams
favorite.
are.
Did you see Geoff? Al
44
Michaels,
is the total in the game.
did you see Al Michaels' call of the game-winning field goal Thursday night?
Though honestly, it's so painful.
It was almost like Pat Summerall level deadpan, but even less excitement.
He's
and
like,
it's inside the uprights and good. And Charlotte, North Carolina's happy tonight as the Atlanta Falcons win.
I'm taking the Rams. I think that any time that you basically get a Rams at a pick'em at this point, you take them because they're the best team in the league right now.
I like Seattle here.
And Darnold hasn't been good for over a month.
I really think Seattle was just simply punching the clock and punching out the clock last week.
I hope this is a good game.
They showed nothing, and I think they're going to be extremely physical. Not having Devonta Adams, and he's not going to play in this.
He's not going to play now.
Not having Adams does indeed complicate things for the Rams, who have no depth. Like this could be the first drop towards like problems that the biggest problem the Rams have, which they have no depth. It's enough
Is
for
the
me to think.
loser of this game guaranteed for the 5 seed?
No, because San
No.
Francisco can still win the division.
San Francisco still has Seattle later on in week 18, so no.
Like there's a part here where if Seattle loses this game and they lose to San Francisco, all of a sudden they're like the 7 seed.
Yeah, that absolutely could happen. But I like the Seahawks in this game. They're at home. I think they're kind of going to bully the Rams. I think in a short week, home, it's going to be a super physical, low-scoring game. Like, I don't think I expect it to be like a 20-17, 23-20 type of game. I think the Seahawks are going to show up in this game.
Do you think the 2 best teams in the league at any point of the season have ever played on Thursday Night Football outside of maybe the first week of the season?
There was one year, I can't remember which, 2007, 2008.
Bills, Rams?
The Cowboys and the Packers were both like 10-1 or something and played on a Thursday night. It does not happen often where we get like marquee matchups on Thursday. I think it's going to be a great game. I'm not going to say anything bad about the Rams. I just think not having Devontae does indeed hurt that offense quite a bit. He's been super important to what they're doing, but not just in the red zone, but also to stretch the field. And that allows Seattle to spend a lot more time covering Puka. And if you double him, if you try to like really limit his capacity to break the game open, then you're, as the Rams, relying on guys that you've never heard of, less.
Well, what
And,
happens
like,
when the Rams do exactly the same thing to JSN?
Then Cooper Kupp in a revenge game knocks him out.
Cooper Kupp looks like he's 3,000 years old.
He has like a couple of plays a game where he looks good, but then most of the time he doesn't.
I'm
Or gives
excited
space
to watch
Bobo,
it.
who played last week.
Yeah, Bobo was back on the field.
So
There you
anyway,
go.
I like it should be an excellent game. I don't feel super strong about it, but I feel like Seattle at home should be laying 2.5, and they're not, so I will take them.
Yeah, I'm just worried here, Geoff, that just from the eye test, Darnold has not looked very good in a while. Not like he did the first 8 weeks of the year. And it all started against the Rams.
And they nearly won that game, despite him
They
playing
did,
the worst game of the
but they
year.
still
He
lost
threw
the game.
4 interceptions. They almost won. Here's the problem. I so badly want to lean Seattle. I think I'm going to pick Seattle. But man, oh man, am I going to feel stupid. Because Sam Darnold, it's almost like Tua in the cold. Sam Darnold in like a important spot, counting on him. Man, that's scary. But I think I'm going to do it. I think I would just wanted to back the home team here. Devontae's important.
What are they going to do in the
Short
red zone?
week. Give me Seattle at home. Don't have a ton here. They lost Charles Cross on the O-line, which is a concern. And for as shaky as the Rams defense has been, their D-line is still amazing.
Has the Rams defense been shaky? Like they're like a top 5 unit.
Yeah, I mean, you can score on them. Detroit put up 34.
Well,
but
I would be curious to see their defensive numbers in games where it's within a score or a game where they're like up by 10 or more.
McVay had a baby on Monday.
Baby swag.
who had a baby this week, and you were very upset you didn't know because he scored a touchdown. You're like, oh, I'd known that, I would have played him.
Because the announcers were big on baby swag.
Yeah, who was that? My goodness, I can't remember now who just had a kid.
Someone can let us know in the comment section. So Rams for me, Seattle for the rest of you.
By 1.5 chirps.
It's really dumb. I should have just pivoted once he took Seattle.
Now you can't start playing that game.
Too
yet.
early.
That's what I mean. I have integrity. I got Seattle on my sheet, and Seattle's my pick.
You have a sheet?
Like I wrote like the games. I looked at the games.
It's like Paul with his cigarette pack that he's
He's
writing
just
notes
writing
on.
on the back of his cig pack and making notes. Paul was having a good time at the party.
Paul was having a good time. I had a good chat with Paul.
He's on his way back to you now, Geoff.
Yeah, I should hang out with Paul. I feel like he's a little bit away from me, but I can make it work.
Yeah, well, he's staying on one side. I know he's going to visit Cody at one point, who lives in like Guelph or something like that. So he'll be coming through at some point. 2 Saturday games this week. Philly at Washington. Daniels has been shut down for the year. The Washingtons are 6.5 point underdogs at home, 44.5. My question to you is, even though they're the Commanders now, Tim, do they still hold the skin tangible edge over the Eagles? I like Washington.
I like Washington too, I have to say.
If
The
Jalen
Fox
Carter's back,
doubleheader?
I feel worse about it. But if he's not back, then yeah.
Even still, like Washington with Mariota this year has been like competent. We saw it again last week. The Eagles, yes, the Eagles routed the Raiders. Congratulations, you should do that. But outside of that game, the Eagles haven't looked right They've been like Bobby Hill. They
That
don't,
boy ain't right.
That boy ain't right. There's something wrong with them for like a month. So maybe last week did fix them. And we'll know that because if they come into this game and they really take Washington apart and win the division, clinch it on Saturday night afternoon, then we'll know they're fine. But I am a little more skeptical. I think it's going to be a very close game, and I will take Washington to cover the spread in a close game.
Yeah, lots of points in division. Jeff, do you feel better or worse for the Chargers' chances to beat the Cowboys if Philly wins or loses this game?
I think I'm getting the Cowboys at a nice spot. I'll be honest.
But they could be
Although
eliminated.
Here's the problem. The game is like kind of meaningless for the Chargers.
It is, but it could be meaningless for the Cowboys too if Philly wins.
That's right.
I guess that's not true because the Chargers can still win the division and they could really make a move for that.
Or they could get the 5 seed.
I'm surprised. Honestly, I'm
might
blown.
want.
I'm surprised it's a Fox doubleheader.
CBS, I think, has the doubleheader next Saturday night,
Oh, there
including
you
you.
go, Jim.
Including you.
So is Brady doing one of these games?
Yeah, he's doing the Bears-Packers. That's Jeff's birthday gift. This Saturday is Jeffrey's birthday. That's
Tim,
I remember.
you
I
got that in
remember
your
birthday.
calendar or
I remember.
something?
I remember your birthday.
Yeah,
this
but
is ju-
like I know you might know my birthday, and if you saw the day of, I wouldn't have known now that you know Saturday. Like
Jeff didn't even know it was on Saturday.
fair enough.
I appreciate you. Thank
I'm
you.
encyclopedic with these sorts of things. So you're welcome. And a very happy birthday too. I'm wishing you all the best. Yeah, Brady is doing the Saturday night game.
Do you feel like Washington has been like big zigzagging where they show up? You even kind of mentioned this on Sunday night. They show up, then they don't show up. They show up, then they don't show up. They did show up last week, so presumably
They
don't.
did.
And Carolina went to pattern too. Didn't show up against New Orleans, which means they will show up this week.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Anyway, I think it's going to be a close game, an ugly game, probably a close to unwatchable game.
Noah Brown out for the season with again, has some sort of ribs injury, Jeff.
I think Washington's in big trouble here.
Okay.
Backup quarterback versus this Eagles defense. This is not me thinking the Eagles have solved their problems, but this is just a horrible spot, in my opinion, for Washington. I'll be taking the Eagles to cover. This could be a super lock. This could be a super lock for me.
Okay.
Saturday evening game, the Brady game. There's one guy I got showed some of the comments that there's one guy who complains every single week that we talk about the commentators too much.
Well, like what world are you in? We talk about this every week and have for 10 years.
I know.
This is something that Jeff and I are obsessively interested in, and now you've gotten interested because we've gotten interested.
Yeah, that's what good friends do.
Yeah.
You get them interested in your passion.
We've sucked you into our obsessiveness.
Bears are 1-point dogs at home against the Packers. Obviously, Micah Parsons done for the season, 46.5
Not a strain?
is the total. Not a strain. It's not a knee strain, was it?
Hoping it was. I didn't want to see him out for the season.
Well, he's out for the season.
Telling me I can't talk about the commentators would be like saying you can't have an opinion on like the MC of the Oscars.
Exactly. That's exactly
Sorry,
right.
no, doesn't work like that.
No, doesn't.
Yeah, we only have a few staples on the show.
Yeah.
That's one of them.
Wait till we spent Jeff and I in a month spend an hour talking about how good old Super Bowl logos used to be compared to how they look now.
They're getting better. They're
They-
adding
they
like
are.
color back.
They are
but
getting
they're
better.
Still a little
Too
too
cookie cutter.
generic. But
Well,
yeah,
they-
I mean,
they probably just get AI to generate a photo for them to save them.
no,
bucks.
no. They go. I mean, I see some of the stuff.
Cityscapes.
They have like local artists, and then they make like a whole video production about the inspirations
Yes.
and the colors. It's
Better than what we had 10 years ago when it was just
Super Bowl 60 at SoFi featuring a home team. And one of those teams has to play week 1 in Melbourne, so they'll be tired.
It's not SoFi. It's Levi Stadium.
No, that's this year. I said next year.
Well, that would be
Well,
Super Bowl
next- sorry.
61.
I mean, next football season.
Yeah. Fair enough.
He's gonna have Roger Maris as the logo.
With an asterisk.
Is this year 60 or 59?
This year is 60. Next year is 61.
Looking at the EPA per play offensively, Green Bay and Buffalo are essentially the same team, which I thought just if you just boiled everything down to stats, offensively per play, it's almost identical how similar they are, which really surprised me.
Like I really want to take Green Bay here,
Me
and
too.
I'm going
taking
to.
Chicago.
And I'm going to take Green Bay, but I'm very worried that the lack, not even so much of Parsons, but the receiver injury too. I think.
Well, Watson
really
may or may not play. Probably not, but he's not like out.
I think he will not play. Like Watson, and if he does, he's nowhere close to 100%. Like Watson's injury coupled with Parsons being hurt, coupled with it being a road game. And the Bears played them extremely close 2 weeks ago, and like it came down to the last play on the last
It
drive.
did. They
like,
got down in that game.
They
They
did.
pulled the Bills. They
Yeah.
just got down by a bunch and
so
chipped back.
again, it's a tough game for me to feel super confident in. And now Bears fans are starting to yell at me about how I never picked their team. But I guess I'm going to not pick them again. I pick Green Bay. I don't love the pick though. I'm not wedded to it.
I'll take Chicago. There gets to be a point, Geoff, when you start losing too many guys that there's a point of no return. That Parsons defensively, I don't know what their defense looks like without him. That so much of their success was just being able to bring 4 guys because he was so good and still generate pressure. Are they going to have to adapt what they do defensively? Is that going to mean more guys are going to be open down the field, or they have to blitz more all of a sudden? And if Watson is out, since he's come back, he's been their best receiver because he replaced when Kraft went out, but now you're down Kraft and Watson and Parsons. Eventually, it gets to be too much, and Jordan Love just can't throw off his back foot every single time. Can't do it.
I guess I'm still emotionally trying to hedge, really wanting that Bears-Lions game to be like a playoff game.
Well, also, no one believes in the Bears. There's that too.
Well, I mean, like Caleb's playing great, but like they are not, like they lack the like high-end skill talent that all these other teams do.
All of these, most I wouldn't say all of, because Aaron Glenn, not very good. But a lot of these, especially the OC, like new coaches, Geoff, been pretty good this year. I mean, mainly just Liam Cohen and Ben Johnson, but it kind of worked.
Yeah, those two have been good.
Yep. Very, very impressive. This is a tough one for me. Like, I got no opinion. I'll take Chicago.
Chicago?
Yeah, I'll take Chicago. I hate having to pick this. I actually think the Packers defense, even without Parsons, is still really good. Really good to stretch. Will be like, it's still like an average defense.
Yeah, they were, let's see, per DVOA, they were 13th defensively. I just think it changes the structure of what they're able to do.
It does.
And they just have to play differently. Like they'll have to play more like Minnesota does rather than the style of defense.
Yeah, it's a
they
challenge.
wanna
It's going to be this next excellent game. This game people want to watch, game I want to watch.
How about this next one? We go to Sunday. Main screen game, Buffalo at Cleveland.
I don't even know what the main screen game is. This is a terrible slate of early games. Oh my god.
It's probably Chargers Dallas, honestly.
Yeah, I probably want. I will be arguing for Buccaneers Panthers.
We're not watching.
But we're not going to be watching
Panthers as a main game. It's not happening.
I guess
that could be a sadness game.
Well, the thing is, they're all sadness games, except maybe Dallas and the Chargers.
The Browns are 10-point dogs at home in this game. 42 is the over/under. The Bills kicker Matt Prater is not going to play in this game.
Really,
he got hurt. The coin in this game enjoys itself some Cleveland. Geoff, who are you taking?
Cleveland's at home, right? Yeah.
Correct.
It hasn't mattered recently.
That's what I told you on Sunday night when you said the exact same thing he said.
I know. I looked it up once you said it. I actually did the research, and you were right.
It seems like a lot of points. Shador late pick 6. Bills cover.
Bills, and I'm teasing them down.
It's weird that Cleveland's defense kind of has imploded the moment Shador started playing.
It doesn't help, but like also you can only sustain that type of defensive production for so long, given the amount of snaps they're on the field, because the offense just doesn't keep the ball very long.
It would be one thing if their entire offensive line was healthy, but I believe they're down at least 3 starters, maybe 4 at this point. Like they're missing their center, their left guard, and their left tackle. At least they have been. They get those guys back, they can effectively run against Buffalo.
I don't know what the weather's going to be like. Buffalo and Cleveland have a history of playing bad weather.
Yeah, but Buffalo didn't have a history of having Josh Allen. Too,
no, they
during those periods of when they played sad games.
No, that's true.
So I'll take Buffalo.
I believe they played a 8-0 game, 2007.
They played a 9-6 game at one point, or a 6-3 game, one of the two. Are you going to take Buffalo?
Yeah, I'm taking Buffalo. I'm teasing Buffalo down. I'm just sort of now out on Cleveland completely.
Is there a chance that if Seattle, let's say Seattle lays a smackdown on Thursday, Geoff, against the Rams, could we go into Sunday with Josh Allen being the MVP favorite?
December games have sometimes when you play like board games and you get to like the final round and it's like 3 times the points.
Like
Double Jeopardy.
Feud?
Double Jeopardy.
Yeah, it just seems like that's where we are. We're at 3 times the point season. If the game is standalone in prime time, it's like worth even more than that.
Drake May can clinch things.
You'd almost argue that there's like in the
Bills don't have any more
NFL in particular, there's like a ridiculous extra weight on the final like 3 or 4 games almost decide the award. I'm not surprised by that. Like you seeing it from a lot of media, you saw what Vrabel said, and the eyeballs. Like, sure, you want to give him the MVP. Like, he probably is the best healthy or injured player on earth.
Have you looked at the MVP odds recently?
No, I assume it. I mean, I guess like what is it? It's not a 3-horse race yet, right?
It's a one-man race, 2 slightly behind him, and then everyone else is at least 75-1.
But it's that okay? The last time Seattle played the Rams won. But I remember seeing one of the nerds, but like one of the smart guys tweet the next day that of Stafford's 74 career starts under McVay on the Rams, it was his 72nd worst game. So if he plays horrible again against Seattle and they lose, then of course it's going to get volatile.
I think that it could, but if they win, like he might just kind of run away with it at this point. But it was just interesting because if Cleveland's defense has like, I don't want to say quit, but they're not what they were, Allen could go just post like gaudy numbers in this game.
Yeah, but like I said, because Drake May plays on Sunday night, if the Rams lose and Drake May plays phenomenally,
I don't think that clinches it for him.
The Bills aren't playing Joe Burrow this week. They're not playing Drake May. They're not playing like the Bucs and Baker Mayfield. They could probably win dominantly with like 24 points. Yeah. So you might not even need to see that Allen activated.
Yeah, but a lot of this too folds into the narrative. The Bills could score 3 defensive touchdowns in this game, win 38-0. People are like, man, Josh Allen killed the Browns. Like there's that goes into it too. This is less of a statistical award than people think.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not a statistical.
Like it's a real vibes-based award.
Yeah, I mean, right now I would vote for Stafford.
I think that's why he's a -300 favorite.
September through today, Matt Stafford has been the best, most consistent player.
That's who I'd vote for.
But my question to you, Geoff, is who are the next 5 players on the MVP board after Stafford, May, and Allen?
Are they all quarterbacks?
They're all quarterbacks.
The
first non-quarterback.
I thought maybe JSN might be
climbing.
Bo Nix is 4th in MVP odds. So, Family Feud style, you got the first one.
Is
Caleb Williams?
Played this game with you on Sunday.
I don't remember.
Yes, Tim. The answer is
Jordan
you already
Love
know.
Then is there?
Jordan Love is number 5. Caleb Williams is number 6. Sam Darnold, number 7. You got one more to go.
Tell you this. Let me tell you one thing, friends. Statistically, it's not. So it's out of the question. But on awards night, most valuable dog with a DAWG, heart of a dog, 10. Number 10 on the Chargers.
Which is the actual correct answer to who is next on the list.
Oh, he really is? He just can't win the award.
Caleb Darnold.
Thrown for like 180 yards a week. Can't win.
I mean, that's what Drake May does.
He also runs and he blocks downfield.
Yeah, he does. The block was great.
That was fine. Did they win?
You were in the moment. You were very pumped for that block.
Well, it was a cool play, but like, did they win? They lost.
That's your pick.
Oh well.
So whose Twitter were you enjoying, or Reddit were you enjoying?
Chiefs Reddit was fun this week.
Why are you in Chiefs Reddit?
Yeah, what do you care about Chiefs Reddit?
Just to see where people's heads are at.
They were like, hey,
to see if they were appreciatitive or like being assholes. Like
yeah, there wasn't a lot of gratitude.
They were just being sad that their best player blew out his knee. And you're like, look at these losers.
There's one thread that I found myself deep diving. Maybe been an NFL thread, not a Chiefs thread, where like there was like a very pitched battle taking place between whether the Bills would trade Josh Allen and 4 first-round picks to the Chiefs for Mahomes, and whether the Chiefs would take that pick. And it was the most ludicrous.
I mean, the Bills wouldn't trade Josh Allen straight up for Mahomes.
Of course they wouldn't. But the idea was we would never, under any circumstance, there's no package on earth you could ever trade Mahomes for.
Well, we talked about the Jets Mahomes one.
Anyway, this went on ad nauseum, and I was like, where's my popcorn? I have to eat this as I read. Just like that's where it was.
When you left this studio on Sunday night, this is what you did?
Well, once I got home.
Yeah. So
and like Tim, I'm sure you're eating it up, but you think like emo Burrow is gonna find happiness in New York City?
No, but I'd like to see him try. You know, he can hang out. It's a cool city. He's a cool guy. He can be our Joe Namath 2.0. He can wear his fur coats. He can go to baseball games and hang out with Aaron Judge. He can go to basketball games. Who's
he going to hang out with at basketball games?
Can go to Knicks games. Go sit courtside at Knicks games and get cheered vociferously.
Him and Spike Lee will just be hanging. Him and Chalamet will be hanging. Is
Look,
is Chalamet a Jets or Giants guy?
We'll pay for food in the locker room.
You'll shovel the seats.
We'll make sure the seats are shoveled. There's a children's room for him to go to with the family. He'll fly first class when we bring him back in 15 years for the Super Bowl 62 10-year anniversary. We'll pay for his flight. We won't make him have to pay for his own flight like the Bengals did. Like, we'll treat you right if you want to come to New York, please. We'll have you.
Well,
I would pay almost any price to get Joe Burrow.
You can't say that that's going to happen because Woody would do that. Would Brick do that for him?
Yes, I think he would.
But what if his Madden score wasn't super good?
It is very good. I look. There's we have like 5 first-round picks for the next 2 years. I'd give them all for Joe Burrow. I don't care.
Do you think it would actually take all of them to get
I don't.
Joe Burrow?
I think it would take 3 first-round picks if you're not giving any players back. It would take 3 first, and I think the Bengals would be obliged almost to take it.
2 first,
especially if Burrow is sort of like muscling his way out.
So 2 first this year, which would probably be the 3rd, 4th, or 5th pick, more than likely.
Plus the Colts pick.
And then next year's pick, which I guess
they can either have the Colts or our pick,
whatever
whatever they want, or the Cowboys pick. They can
the
have
Cowboys pick this year or next year.
Next year. Yes, next year. So they can have their choice of picks, as far as I'm concerned. I'd do it. I know he's 29. I know that I only need one. I know he hasn't stayed healthy a whole lot first. I need 1 year. You give me 1 year. It's all I need.
Would you prefer them to trade all the picks for Burrow or just take Mendoza?
I would take the bird in the hand rather than 2 in the bush.
Mendoza!
Mendoza.
Think about the meme possibilities.
I get it. I would take Burrow. Give him anything you want. Give him whatever they want. Make him happy. We'll make him happy. We have good receivers. We have been drafting offensive linemen for years. Come to New York. Be famous. You win a Super Bowl for the Jets. It's like the biggest thing you could do in the NFL. It's like when the Cubs won the World Series. Like that was the biggest thing in baseball, the biggest thing in sports. Win a World Series for the Jets. That's the biggest thing in sports. You win the Super Bowl for the Jets. You can't get bigger than that because we've been bad for so long and it's New York.
You could just win for the Giants.
It would be like going to the Knicks and winning the NBA Finals. Like it's that type of thing.
You know what it is? It's like going to the Brooklyn Nets and winning the finals.
No, but they don't have like a tragic long history.
No, they're a franchise that no one cares about, like the Jets.
The Jets have deep roots.
But they're like the sad younger brother of the bigger team.
Just come to New York.
It's like Kawhi winning for the Clippers. It'd be like Burrow winning for the Jets.
You can't come to a bigger city, a more important city for sports. Come to New York. I know Geoff said they weren't good sport, that they were not a great sports city.
The most overrated sports fans on earth.
Look, they did not cover themselves in glory at Bethpage Black. I will agree with that.
They haven't won anything.
Well,
the Giants.
The Yankees won the pennant a year ago.
The thing is, like, we grew up, at least I grew up, Pat probably too, in this sports media narrative where like the New York crowd was something to be feared. I'm sorry, it is not. It's one of like the phoniest sporting narratives ever. It's like at a time where it was like the only place on earth or something where these things happened. It's not the case anymore.
Of course, Geoff just doesn't even give any recognition to the New York Liberty winning the WNBA championship last year.
No,
how dare
they didn't win that?
They did last year. They did.
Didn't the Aces win?
They won this year. And they won the year before.
I don't know. I'm not even going to pretend. I don't have a clue.
Maybe they have an MLS championship?
Well, they have 2 teams. They have NYCFC and they have New York Red Bull. So
I think it's just the Red Bull, isn't it?
It could be just the Red Bull.
Sponsored by Red Bull.
Makes sense. Anyway, come to New York, Joe Burrow. Things will be so much better than they are in Cincinnati, I promise you. So much better.
Is there a franchise you could play for in the NFL that is worse than the Bengals?
No,
I don't think so. I don't think so.
And think about how much I feel like you'd be able to fleece the Bengals on Burrow because they would just like cream their pants over the fact that they wouldn't have to pay a $70 million quarterback. They could draft someone and pay him less.
I want him to be like an NBA player and just demand an exit.
That doesn't work in the NFL.
It hasn't, but a quarterback has never tried this.
Yeah, but
Carson Palmer did. What are you talking about?
And he got out.
He waited, sat a year.
Yeah, but like that was also the Bengals too. But like
Deshaun Watson just did it.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose Watson did do it.
But you need to have someone stupid on the, like, both of, especially with the Watson case, you needed to have a stupid team to be like, sure.
Oh, well, the Jets are perfect for that. There's no one stupid. Well, there's teams as stupid, but no one's stupider. Put it this way, if you told me they gave up 5 first-round picks and got Joe Burrow, I'd be like, whatever, man. Like, that's annoying I had to give up that much, but, like, I'm going to the Super Bowl and I have the best quarterback in my division.
When we did the ratings, you had Allen above Burrow.
I'm afraid for myself as to what I might say, what I might believe.
Like, do we have to phone a number if this happens to, like, have someone come watch you for a bit?
You won't have to, because you'll hear me screaming from across town.
I kind of hope it happens. It would be fun.
It would be so much.
I hope it happens.
It would be everything. Like Geoff said, calling Phillip Rivers was everything. This would be everything to me.
Unfortunately, it's going to be the Jets with Tua somehow. Then you have to be his best quarterback in the division now.
I've dealt with the rookie game. I've dealt with the old veteran. Now I want the young star in his prime. I haven't experienced that.
You had Chad Pennington.
Hey, look, Chad Pennington won a playoff game. The last time the Jets won the division was in 2002. Dayton wasn't even born the last time the Jets won the division. Oh, okay. Sorry.
You were what, 1? 2? Okay.
Okay.
Chargers at Dallas. We've done a lot of Chargers radio already, but they are 2-point dogs in Dallas. 49.5 is the total. Quinn Williams might not play for Dallas here, which I think would be huge.
The Jets trade players who don't play. That's what we do. Yeah. You give us first-round picks, and we don't play. They've got Bosa syndrome.
Do you like the Chargers in the spot? Geoff?
Again, I think Dallas is sort of like dead at the moment. Their season's over. You know, they're probably hitting a wall. Their teammate died. I think they're vulnerable. My only concern is the Chargers, despite their defense being good, really good, the Cowboys offense will probably require them to score more points than they've scored in a bit of time to win, right?
Yeah, I'm nervous. You can't win a track meet. You've got to play your game again. You've got to run the ball down their throat, shorten the game.
But if the front seven is going to be healthy for Dallas, we've seen that they've become a pass funnel team because you legit can't run on them.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm concerned. I'm picking the Chargers, but I'm concerned. I can see this game going sideways.
I'm going to pick Dallas.
I'm going to take Dallas.
Picking the Chargers again.
Taking Dallas as well. Don't feel good about it. They really let me down on Sunday night. It's played like crap.
Yeah, well, McCarthy every now and then
shows
throws a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, and you're like, this is what people saw when they drafted him. Which doesn't come every week, but when he shows up, I love that he did the gritty as he scored the touchdown. That was really cool.
We should continue to have a bit more grace for JJ McCarthy.
I've been making this case for a while.
Well, that and you buried him instantly when Darnold started playing.
Well, I mean, I was still right. I already won that argument. That is yesterday's news.
Well, what happens here if Seattle ends up as like the 7 seed and gets bounced in the first round because Darnold plays like shit?
Still win the argument.
I don't
because
think
Minnesota
that you do.
imploded this year, and Minnesota's 6-8, and with a good quarterback, they'd be 10-4 or 9-5.
Would they?
And in the play, yes.
Are you sure?
Yes,
are you sure? How sure are you?
Fairly certain that this 6-8 Minnesota team would be 9-5 with Sam Darnold.
I don't know. Really don't know.
I mean, Sam has first played all the games. Vikings have played 3 different quarterbacks, including Broseph.
God, Broseph. He didn't even win that game.
So, I don't know. I think you can give them 3 more wins than they have already.
Dallas really, I said at the beginning of the year, it's like one of the, out of the 3,000 predictions I made, the one that actually came true, that they would just be the Bengals of the NFC. Like how you envisioned the Bengals from last year. It's like, they'll just lose games like 45-40. It'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, they're fun to watch.
Like in the power rankings of fun teams, they were very much near the top, correct?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, definitely.
And they'll do something stupid every single week. It's great. KC at Tennessee. Les Titans are only 3.5-point dogs to the Chiefs. 37.5 is the over-under. Tony Pollard's gotten going. Unstoppable. I feel like Minshew can cover this number.
I do too. I've been hearing a lot of people, sort of like predicting a Titans win here. The Chiefs are going to lose out. And the Chiefs are obviously massively hurt without their superstar quarterback. But the Titans are terrible. I like the Chiefs here. I don't care. Backup QB first game, that hits against one of the very worst teams in football, that hits all the marks. I like the Chiefs here.
The Titans offense, Geoff, has looked, they tried to backdoor your Superlock last week, and then San Francisco kicked a meaningless field goal to get the cover back. But they've been scoring some points here the past few weeks.
So I'm going to take the Titans, and it is just strictly like a motivation play. I will back the Chiefs on Christmas Eve.
Day
are going to throw punches. They'll answer. They're dead in this. I got no interest here. And they play the Raiders week 18. They're certainly already going to be checked out for that one. I'm not saying they'll lose. We'll discuss that when we get there. But Titans outright.
I'll take Kansas City as well. Back up, first game, good coach. That's usually like your game plan, Geoff.
Yeah, I'm very surprised.
There is like a force that's really working against this one.
Are they getting any of the offensive linemen back? Because that would be huge.
Anytime the Titans are a trendy pick, don't pick the Titans.
It's when no one wants the Titans.
Yeah, you just if there's any reason for them to be trendy, people are being too clever by half.
Cincinnati at Miami.
Oh, goodness.
The Dolphins are 2.5-point dogs at home. 50.5 is the over-under.
I don't know if the Bengals have quit. That's the problem.
They moved this off Sunday night.
They did.
Yes.
I don't.
Thank God.
The Bengals should win this game, but I don't know if they've quit is the problem.
Well, Miami played as if they would quit. They just don't like the cold.
No, they don't. This game is in Miami.
Yeah, so that should be fine.
I wrote Miami on my card, so I guess I'm taking Miami. Only because I'm concerned that Cincinnati is like just going through the motions and just getting to the end of the season.
Well,
I'll take Cincinnati. They will off Burrow, after getting shut out, will play an outstanding football game against a shit team.
Get some reps in on beating the Dolphins because you're going to get a chance twice a year after this to play them.
And here's the thing: this might be my super lock.
Oh, Jeffrey.
But I am worried that they'll let Zach Wilson start, at which case that's a whole different question.
Why would you let Zach Wilson start?
There's talk of that.
Why?
Sorry, do you have eyeballs?
Yeah, but like you're playing Tua next year, so what's the purpose?
They might not play Tua next year.
You're into him and he's on the roster.
Why?
Just because he's
the
on the
Broncos
roster.
were into Russell Wilson.
It's a little different.
Why?
It's a little different.
I'm
Russell
just
Wilson was
curious.
at the end of his career, essentially.
Tua's at the end of his career as a starter.
Game was 1,000 degrees below zero.
Listen, I think Tua's going to play, and in the warm weather, I think he'll play okay. I think you can run all over Cincinnati. They have no pass rush to talk about. And if Miami had simply handed the ball off to Devin Achane on Monday night over and over, they would have won the game. Because Pittsburgh had no answer for them. They were like, you know what we should do? Throw more.
Very weird game
like
plan.
whatever they were doing, that Pittsburgh was making Miami afraid to run the ball. Anyone playing you play Miami, okay? You just stack the run. You dare the noodle arm to beat you. Pat, he is throwing like every interception he throws is in zone coverage. Do you know what that means? It means his brain doesn't work. Zone coverage interceptions leading the league in that just shows that you cannot process, you cannot see, you have no anticipation as to what these defenses are doing.
I disagree with the reasoning behind that. I would wager that the reason he's throwing so many zone picks is because he thinks his arm is better than it is. And he's trying to make throws he
That
can't.
could be it too.
Do you see that interception he threw last night? Like how hard his balls over 20 yards, 15 yards, they look like a Justin Herbert throw when his arm is being clawed to the ground as he's releasing it.
Yeah. I mean, Shedeur throws a real stanky deep ball too. It's one thing I noticed with him. Like the floater, and like one of them was complete to Isaiah Bond this week. It was like, oh my, what is this?
I have enjoyed, Jeff, the victory laps that you've now been mining Twitter about.
It's true. You've really been going at people with
after having let that beef die like 2 years ago. It's rearing its ugly head again this year.
It's not enough for Geoff to win. That's all you ever need to know.
No, it's right. There's a famous New Yorker cartoon of these two dogs in a bar. I think I mentioned it before. And they're drinking, they're having a martini, and the dogs say, "It's not enough for dogs to succeed. Cats should fail as well." That encapsulates Jeff's. I love cats.
This one got personal. So yeah, I think about it a lot still, clearly.
You sent us a Morency tweet from like 3 years ago.
Yeah,
today.
like was that in your favorites?
No,
Like where did
when
you
I
find
searched
that?
my feed, Herbert Tua, and god damn it, years ago, I mean, it's still years ago used to be just easier to tweet, but easier to search. That was the first thing that came up when I searched it in my feed.
This is from December 4th, 2022.
It was the night that they played on Sunday Night Football.
I don't know what that means. I would just say when I searched like my feed, the names Herbert Tua, that was the first thing that came up.
Why were you searching that? That's actually the question. Why were you searching it?
Why do you go on Reddit?
I'm not the one who was out here acting like the cock of the walk, that he was done with being angry about Tua and claiming that he'd put that to bed. He wasn't going to be critical anymore. That debate's in the past. I am open about my schadenfreude as I plumb the depths of Reddit. You pretended as if you were well above this fight.
You watched that
See?
noodle.
See, you can't
in
help
a
yourself.
Standalone game, and I cracked. I'm weak.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Just remember that when you tell us on the Custies that so-and-so isn't your rival. You say someone's not your rival, but deep down, you're just waiting for your moment to pounce.
That's one that I've probably never disputed, though.
You have, okay. Do you not? Let's get into this a bit. You really are going to sit there and tell us, Jeffrey, that you haven't been making the case for over 2 years about how that's an old fight. It's in the past. We are past that. I'm a fan of Tua.
On my rivals list for years because it's not really been a rivalry.
No, because you said you've let it go. It's over. You're
There's
not thinking about it anymore. But yet, this instant, as soon as the Dolphins are mathematically limited to a place bad on Monday Night Football, you go right back to the well. What is that indicative of?
Wasn't that shit egregious?
Yes, I agree. But again, you're the one who said it was long over. Clearly, it wasn't. It was just simmering, that there was like this ineluctable quality of you going back
Listen,
to the well.
Tim, here's the rules. Week in, week out, as you've noticed, I haven't like performed in that field.
No, you haven't.
But you know, when
he was waiting for the Dolphins to be out and the Chargers to have a 95% chance to make the playoffs.
When he essentially self-destructs in front of our eyes, I'm going to maybe say something when you can tell that the Dolphins are just done with them. That, oh my, what a con job he did to get that money. Good for you,
Wouldn't
man.
the gracious thing to do would be not to kick the man while he's down?
Are you gracious?
I'm not. I didn't claim that I was when it comes to football, but
So
you have been making the case for years.
Do you want to hear a fun stat between the two quarterbacks in this game?
Sure.
Since losing to Patrick Mahomes in the AFC title game, Joe Burrow is 17-15, and he's missed the playoffs for 3 straight seasons. Over that same stretch, Tua is 23-18. Tua better than.
Look.
So take Miami.
All the more reason that the Bengals should be desirous to get rid of him.
You could have the better quarterback in Tua.
I'll take my chances with the
3 first-round picks for Tua.
It's like, go ahead.
If I wanted to be really petty,
Go
I
ahead.
have done something about that tweet. I just showed it to you guys.
I actually went to your feed to see what sort of like rain dance you did with that tweet. You didn't do anything. I was like, well, there is some restraint there, so I give you that.
You didn't bring that up, and on the Sunday night show, you misrepresented me. You said,
okay,
Gary and were talking about me. You said it was in the comments yelling. I didn't have any of that last.
Because it was too. You're right. I apologize fulsomely that in the week 15 spread pick comments, you weren't fighting with people. It was the week 14 spread picks comments that you were having multiple fights. That's what so I misremembered the week. I was right directionally that you were in the comments fighting with people, but I will admit I was wrong about which week you were in there fighting.
This is the opposite of the little Jordan Humphrey situation, where you were right about that, but for the wrong reason.
And this time I was wrong for the right reasons. There's no greater treason than to be right for the wrong reason.
It's funny that the tweet that Geoff sent us, the Morency one, I looked underneath of it. The first response is from me.
Of course it was. Of course it was.
Just calling Justin Herbert a social media quarterback. And that Morency said he has better hair than Tua.
I enjoyed that while the man was down, Geoff decided to take another kick at the can for no reason. other
Tim,
than just
You
to
wanna
take a
come
victory
to
lap.
Toronto, the Sound of Music is playing at Mirvish. I'll get you
Is it?
tickets.
I
What
mean,
if you just stream? Why don't you go and stream it for Tim?
isn't that illegal?
Yeah, just basically be like the
Like
guy
when
from
Jerry was the
Seinfeld.
bootlicker, the bootlegger, the bootlegger.
I got too much respect for the theater to do something.
Yeah,
like
I would.
that.
I wouldn't feel comfortable. That does sound like you're going to go see it. It sounds like I'm sure it'll be a good production
No.
because you're
I
out of the
didn't pay
country.
attention to that one.
Because you're out of the country.
Jets and
No.
go ahead.
Did I even pick the last game?
Yeah, you picked Cincinnati.
I was going to make
You
a
said
point
it- you said it was gonna
before
be a super lock.
where you talked about the Burrow stat and the Tua stat.
Yeah.
Here's my advice to people. Anytime somebody tells you, would you rather have player A, and they give you the stats, and player B, and it's very clear they want you to say player A, just say player B. Just say it every
Pick the
time.
player with the worst stats.
Exactly, because they
Every
don't want you to
time.
do
They
that.
don't
They
trust
don't
me.
want you to do that, but you take the player that they don't want you to take, and it completely blows up whatever little game they're trying to play. That's my tip to you.
Jets and Saints.
Oh, goodness.
The Saints are 4.5. The surging Saints are 4.5 point favorites
Yeah, give me the
at
Saints.
home against the Jets. 40.5 is the total. Harditz was calling the quarterback of the Jets, Tom Brady Cook.
Yeah, well,
He had some fun.
he had his ups, he had his downs, or more downs than ups. That'll happen. I don't think Garrett Wilson's playing in this game.
No,
I know
I
it's
don't think
possible, but I don't think he will.
I don't think we're going to see him the rest of the
Well,
season.
I wish they would just make a decision.
Well, they haven't said anything.
I know. Anyway, I like New Orleans in the game.
Oh, so from the actually just a report from Cameron Wolf out of Miami, the reporter. Head coach Mike McDaniel tells reporters he's considering a QB change from Tua, and he noted the final decision is expected tomorrow. That sounds like they're going to make a change at quarterback.
Maybe.
Can I ask you a question? If you had to take a ridiculous cap hit, and it cost you the same to keep a bad player or to get rid of a bad player, don't you just get rid of the bad player?
Depends whether that bad player is like a locker room negative or net positive.
Which I don't think he is, because people seem to like Tua.
Yeah, I don't think there's any problem. Like, there's no reason not to keep Tua if it's all the same.
Yeah, if he's your backup, then he's your backup.
Yeah, you might as well. He'd be a fine backup in that sense
Well,
if you
isn't
really
it
weren't going to
weird
play him.
Sometimes
It can be. It can be a weird situation if the starter becomes the backup.
But he's got the right
do
attitude.
Dolphin fans not want, like, if I was a Dolphin fan, that sounds horrible. Would you not want to see Mike McDaniel get to? I get he hasn't done a good job
Like
with
get a real
getting the right
quarterback?
backups. So when Tua's gotten hurt, it hasn't looked right. But off those first few years of Tua, don't you want to see Mike McDaniel get to pick his own quarterback and try to do it again?
Well, it's really difficult to figure out because I've always given him a lot of grace with the backups because he had to construct an offense that Tua could run. That what are you going to do when Skylar Thompson comes in? It's like, well, run the Tua offense, I
Yeah.
guess. Like it's not like we're practicing other things because
I guess there's more on the GM. Like your QB is Tua, you need a tier A backup.
You need a tier A backup, but you had to construct an offense around Tua to maximize everything that he could do, where you don't have to do that for every other. It's no different than what John Harbaugh and Greg Roman did for Lamar Jackson when he replaced Flacco that first year. It's like, here are things you can do, and this is the offense that we're running with you. We'll wait till the offseason to figure out
I
how to
agree.
make you really good. And they were able to do that.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
But they were
You're
like,
right.
you're basically running the Tebow offense here for the final 5 games.
Yeah.
And that's what they did.
Remember,
And
you watched last night and you're like, they'd be better off running a Wildcat.
yeah, honestly. Can Achane throw? Like Ronnie Brown? You bring back Ronnie Brown.
And I don't want to listen. It's hard to like say the quarterback's so bad and then take a dump on the receiver. But there's like moments last night where you're like, oh, is Tim right about Jalen Waddle?
I think Waddle's fine. Like Waddle's a good receiver. Like
Hold on. Let's allow him to continue to give me some credit here.
I was done. I already
Okay.
asked the
Well,
question.
I appreciate the question. I'm not sure you're wrong.
Like, do you watch that thinking like, why won't someone give me credit?
A little bit.
But when you watch that game and you see Tua throwing the ball, you're like, what's Waddle really doing here?
Yeah, I get
I
it.
agree.
I get it. I get it. I like the Saints in this game.
You do like the Saints. I actually like the Saints as well. Although Devin Dinosaur Neal,
Okay.
unlikely to play. They're going to have Brett Hall or potentially Bobby Hall playing quarterback.
Olden Brett?
You get a white GT racer and a poster if you play him this week.
I don't know. This is an unwatchable game. The Jets will. It would be to the Jets' advantage, I suppose, to lose for draft picks. But I mean, I do want them to always win, so I hope they win. But I don't think they're going to.
If Tyrod plays, I'd feel better about them.
I just want them to keep throwing to the weapons. Let's see what we've got here. It's an indoor game. Let's try to like maximize what we can get. I think it's a good Breece Hall game. Play him if somehow you're in the semifinals. You have Breece Hall. I think you should play him.
I'm like dead where I think I need a buyout right now at a pick'em. I have a huge Saints 5.5 under position. Their schedule is just too easy right now. On like just looking at a certain site, a normal site.
They're 4-10 right now.
They're 4-10, and they
Right
have
now,
the Titans
the Saints
next
to
week.
win 6 or more games, I can
dear.
get at -110. I can just like
Get out of that
I
position.
cannot believe I might take a loss on this goddamn
Well,
situation.
it not only is it home Jets at Titans, week 18, guess who they play?
Well, it has to be Atlanta, who also has nothing to play for.
And sucks. Who you continue to think is really good. But
Well, they look, whatever.
And I might surprise the world right now.
taking the
You know who's
Jets.
doing it seemed like he's doing a pretty good job.
This is the question that I wanted to ask right now. Tyler Shuck, maybe good,
Maybe okay.
but
I was going to ask a different question.
Oh, okay.
Tyler Shuck, what he's done in the last 2 weeks has guaranteed that he will start next season, and maybe he can even win Rookie of the Year at the strong finish.
Ooh, that's
Conversation I
interesting.
have to just maybe live a minor hat tip to is that defense playing well under Staley right now. Like for the last little bit, they're pretty okay.
That's big of you. I can't wait for them to give up 83 points this week, and you
we're-
just hammer them next week.
To give Geoff, we're seeing the range of Geoff here, from extraordinarily petty to extraordinarily gracious.
But do you think if they gave up 50 points to the Jets this week, that he would just come and hammer them?
Yes. I like to hope that he wouldn't, but yes, he would.
You know I would.
Yeah, he would. He would. Oh dear.
Oh man. No, I mean you want like their defense, it's undermanned. They're like a team that seems like they're gonna finish strong, and you're gonna be like, okay, Kellen Moore, Brandon State, like let's
Going to
Staley
cost
in general,
themselves
but,
the
like,
last place in the division.
They
and
might,
in
yeah.
that division, like you hit on a draft class or two, and it's like yours, I guess.
Yeah, the two teams fighting for the lead suck. So
But for very different reasons.
what's Tampa's now
I
excuse for
think
being
Mayfield
good?
has like 4,000 injuries.
Sure, maybe
He's basically
just,
Steve Austin out there playing quarterback.
You
but
know,
not Stone Cold.
No, I guess they're both famous. But I was going to go with the more famous Steve Austin, which I think is the $6 million
I don't
man.
think he
you
is.
buy out. Do I have
I-
to buy out some though?
I don't think the $6 million man is more famous than Stone Cold at this point of time. All the people who knew about the $6 million man are dead.
Well, not all
Well,
dead.
most people who know about.
You know how many millions of people used to watch that show every week?
Do you know how many?
Where are
millions-
these people? Where are all these people gone?
Dead.
They're not all.
They're dead
passed.
people.
No, they're not.
Not. Yeah. No one's ever watched wrestling before.
Are you like Tim? This is.
Oh.
I might think this is on a level of your little Stevie take. Do you know, like, it's the highest selling T-shirt in wrestling history?
at the peak of wrestling popularity?
Okay.
When it was at its most mainstream as well.
Agreed. But the $6 Million Man was like one of the very top shows in television at the time when like there were
If
6
we
TV
go- if
channels.
on my
It was on in
birthday,
1973.
Yeah, but
Tim, if you fly in this weekend and on my birthday, I'll treat you to the musical theater, the people at the theater would answer it your way.
Maybe. That's a coin flip at best.
do you think everyone in this current room knows what I'm talking
No,
about?
I bet you both of them have never heard of the other Steve Austin.
You really never heard of the $6 Million Man? Come on. It was an extremely famous television show.
Being
It,
shocked
came,
about
it
this?
came out 30 years before Dayton was
The
born.
Flintstones came out 40 or 50 years before. They know who the Flintstones are.
Do you?
There you've got it. So that point, I think we take that talking point
No,
off
the
the table.
I
Flintstones
highly
have
disagree.
more cultural relevance. They're still like Warner Brothers, still pops that shit out a bit.
We think we can reassemble him.
You're
Tim,
not
the fact
doing
that
any
you're
favors here for
surprised
yourself.
that those kids don't know the Steve $6 Million Man. Like,
Do you know
that's
Stone
on
Cold
you.
Steve Austin? You open up a can of whoop ass if you didn't. Yeah, well, he's still around.
I mean, I'm not going to say that's.
Did he stunner Trump?
I'm not saying that he's not he's an extremely famous wrestler. I'm not like I know he's extremely famous.
This is like
I'm
when you said that. This is like when you said that Ozzy Osbourne was more famous than Hulk Hogan, which was not true.
I'm not sure that I don't know.
That's a better case, but Hulk Hogan was more famous. I just feel like you really underrate how famous wrestlers are.
No, I mean, I understand they're extremely, but I think it's also niche.
It's
niche in a way that like Steve Austin isn't.
He wasn't though. He
The $6
broke
million
through
man
the
is-
same way like Hogan broke through in the
I know,
Raw.
but I just feel like being on a hit network TV show in the 70s when like that's what you'd get like a 30 share or something. It's just more famous
But
than
those
wrestling.
people aren't
George
around.
Grant more famous than Stone Cold Steve Austin.
No, I don't think the fourth
It's not like
character.
the most watched show ever.
But do you think that
I
like
think George Allen.
I would say Ted Danson is more famous?
Okay, was Jason Alexander more famous than Stone Cold?
Yeah, I would say so.
In the
That
90s,
might be
but not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore.
But
like
you think that Lee Majors is. Not the guy on Seinfeld. The guy on Seinfeld, not as famous as Stone Cold anymore. The guy from the 70s show, more famous than Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I mean, I think you underestimate how famous Lee Majors is.
I think you overestimate how many of these people are still alive that were watching that show in 1973.
That's possible.
Like, what's the minimum age that you could be right now?
Be in your 50s. Probably watched it.
Could you? Five seasons of the $6 Million Man. Yeah, that's 5 seasons because 74, 75, 76, 78. So in 1978, you'd be looking at what? And to actually watch that, you'd have to be what, 10
Yeah.
to remember it? So you're looking at like 55 plus are the only eligible people.
Who would have watched it live? But it was on syndication afterwards. So like it's still on like old TV channels. It is. It still is. It's still on like
I don't think
retro
I've-
and stuff like
I don't
that.
think
More famous, David Hasselhoff or Stone Cold Steve Austin? Tim.
I would say Stone Cold is more famous than
I would say that David Hasselhoff might be more famous
But
than
I
Lee
actually-
Majors.
but I
That's
do-
where I was going.
more
Yeah.
famous than Lee Major, more famous
Yeah, I
than the
think
$6
so.
million man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Is Ted DiBiase more famous than the $6 million man?
No. I think you forget that Stone Cold was the most popular wrestler basically ever.
More than Hogan?
Yeah.
Sold
Again,
more t-shirts.
wrestling's peak was in the late 90s.
More than the Nature Boy?
Yes, the Nature Boy wasn't even that
In
big.
terms of like merchandising them, yeah, of course.
Flair wrestled for fucking Crockett for most of his life, which was a regional Southern promotion.
Okay.
When he joined the WWF, most WWF fans didn't know who he was.
So these cul-de-sacs usually get me in trouble.
Steve
And
Austin
so
can
I'm going to put the car in reverse here and just back out of it. I still think I'm probably right, but you
Steve
make a
Austin
good
can
case.
push
And I'm
product today.
Lead Majors if he's still alive, and he may not be. Probably
reverse
could
mortgages?
probably push material as well. But Lee Majors may have passed. I don't know.
Lee Majors
If he didn't, you're gonna
is...
kill him.
Yeah, I'm going to say he is not dead, but he is 86.
Is he really?
Watch out, Lee Majors. They will not be able to put him back together
The odds
after
on
the
Lee
curse
Majors
is
to
done with
die
him.
in 26 just like crumbled on the prediction markets.
Underdog has a prediction market, code Mayo. Will Lee Majors be dead by the end of the year?
No, that's morbid.
But you can do that on prediction markets.
That's morbid.
Then you can combo it with the Rams on Thursday
I
night.
did enjoy Geoff claiming his favorite combo was the Big Mac combo. That tweet legit made me laugh out loud. That
Well,
was
it's
one of
not-
your better.
I actually would get a quarter pounder, but it just plays.
Yeah,
to
I
the
know,
bone.
but that was quarter pounder's better than the Big Mac
Like,
anyway. Less messy.
Okay, this might get me in trouble, but I'm going to say it anyway. Not by you guys, by like people will understand. Calling parlays combos as a way to circumvent sports betting legislation, or just calling something a prediction instead of a bet. This all ends badly for all of us, right?
Yeah, of course. It ends. Yeah, there's like a hearing on Congress. That's how this ends.
Like calling yourself Rivers Phillip. But
Yeah.
Go-
How did
go-
that work out for me? I got suspended. Buffet.
This is not ending up. Combos are cheese filled pretzel
I was
snacks.
going to say combos are something you buy in the snack aisle.
But now you can just combo predictions together for better odds, better percentages.
It's like the Mattel Chocobot Hour. Barely legal.
Are you taking New Orleans or the Jets in this game?
I actually didn't know anything about
We're not
co-
even halfway.
I
through
didn't
the
even
show
know
yet.
anything about combos till Geoff mentioned it last night. Like I still don't quite understand this
They're
whole
not. They refuse to call it parlays on.
Is that what it
on
is?
Cal sheets, they're calling them combos.
It's
That's
for like
what it is.
legality
Okay.
purposes. They
Yeah.
don't
I didn't realize
prefer-
this. Well, is it legal though?
Sort of.
Okay. I don't know anything about
It's,
it.
put it this way: it's not illegal.
Okay.
Yeah. Yet.
Is it like the season we had to talk about projections? Say
Well, no.
On the show?
The only reason that we weren't allowed to use spreads and we had to say projections say this team is
about a
likely
touchdown favorite or
likely
more.
to win by like 8-ish points was because it was that was the fall where DraftKings was going from a private to public company, and they
Okay.
were just under major scrutiny. So nothing that they
I see.
had a hand in could seem whatever. They asked me to do it. I said yes. They give me more stock, so I'd shut up. So it worked out. Are you taking the Jets or the Saints?
Saints.
Saints. Round of Saints. First round of, coin included. Tyler
I
Shuck,
hope they lose.
25-1 to win Rookie of the Year.
Really?
Trevian
That
Henderson
high?
is the favorite.
I would vote for Henderson right now.
He's had like 4 good games.
I know, but if Shuck plays really well down the stretch
That's
for the
what I
last
mean.
3
If
games,
he,
he
if
could
he
win
wins
it.
out here, they win 4 to end the season. He was even good in that Miami game. You know what's fun about watching Tyler Shuck, and maybe why I may be overrating the fact that I think that he's good, is that when he throws for a first down, it doesn't feel like a giant accomplishment.
No, I agree.
Like
I agree.
it did with Spencer Rattler. It's like, oh
there's-
yeah.
I think there's actual potential there. New Orleans may have you know how the Raiders kind of got lucky by hitting on Derek Carr in like the 3rd or 4th round. Maybe the Saints have fallen into their Derek Carr,
and
that's not a bad thing.
like
That's a cheap quarterback that you drafted relatively late that could do something for you.
Geoff looks the part to me. He's tall. He has a really good arm. He's pretty fleet of foot. He can run. He doesn't look scared when he's
They
out
just
there.
need to put some pieces around him. New Orleans is not that far from Tampa and Carolina. As we've seen this year, they've beaten those 2 teams handily. Like going into next season, unless Tampa or Carolina significantly improve, there's probably value on New Orleans going into next year's predictions.
I have to be loyal to Shuck. He was Herbert's backup.
Was he actually?
Yes, he was.
Yeah, like at Oregon.
We had a
Herbert's,
whole
final year or something.
Oh yeah, it was a whole. We were having a whole joke fest about this when he was drafted.
Yeah, my fear porn would be the Herbert's backup, Brandon Staley led Saints defense.
I just
having
wonder,
an incredible year.
can you get a Shuck card with a piece of the Rose Bowl logo on it?
No.
No. Okay.
Vikings at Giants. Giants
One
are
day, Tim. One day.
One day.
If everything goes right. We'll dust that box off and
The real ones know what we're talking about.
3-point dogs. 43.5. McCarthy versus Dart.
When I tell you that when these shows become 3 hours, become too self-indulgent, today is a prime example. This has been an extremely self-indulgent show.
Look,
Very
the
much.
show broke 3 hours, Geoff, last week for the first time, and I commented to Tim that both views and downloads were way up.
Last week's show, we had stuff to talk about.
We
had like real stuff.
We had to
we
talk
talked about
about
the $6 million man here for 20
I'm
minutes.
sorry. The person who says the show is too short or too long and complains about it is also going off talking about Lee
I
Majors.
made an off-handed comment that took 6 seconds, and you wound that into 15 minutes of content.
I'm sorry.
the shit we would
you
take
say-
if we let that just stand without coming back at it.
You could have let it go. Because no one's ever heard of him anyway. It would just pass into the ether. No one's ever heard one of the most famous television shows in the history of
It's
television.
it's almost as if you have never heard of Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I know exactly who he is. I know it's extremely famous, but it's network TV in the 70s.
Monday Night Raw might be more famous.
Oh, stop it.
Monday Night Raw's still on. Monday Night Raw's been on for 30 years.
Sure, it's still not as famous
You
as
think the $6 million man is more famous than Monday Night Raw, as an institution?
Yes, of course it is. It was a network TV show at a time where there was nothing more prestigious than having a network 3-camera sitcom.
Are you serious about this?
Yes, I'm serious about this.
Again, all these people are fucking dead.
Well, some of them have passed away,
Oh,
sure.
Most of that viewership passed away.
Not like their viewers don't count.
Like you think
Well,
a
to
television Hall of Fame voter would rank, not in terms of quality, but its significance is higher? I would disagree.
There's been spin-offs, there's been remakes.
I
Any
didn't
good
even know
ones?
that.
Yeah, well, no, they're not.
Knight Rider, was that part of that?
I don't think Knight Rider was different.
It was just another black car, right?
Do you think if they put the $6 million man in theaters, that it would sell out a movie theater, let alone, Ford Field?
Yes.
Do you think if Lee
I don't
Majors did
know, man.
like Comic-Con, there'd be a bigger line than Steve Austin signing?
Yes, I do think that's true.
Are you serious?
Why would people at Comic-Con care about Steve Austin, the wrestler?
Why would they care about Lee
Are you
Majors?
kidding me?
Why would a wrestler have
Because
any
it's Stone Cold Steve Austin.
cachet at Comic-Con where people would rather
There's
go
a huge
see the
crossover
guy who
between,
played
like,
the Klingon
Avengers
in
fans
this?
and wrestling fans.
No, I think
Yes!
they'd be far more interested to see the grip who helped out on episode 4 of Star Trek: The Next Generation than they would be to see Steve Austin.
You realize that Star Trek
Okay,
isn't
Comic-Con
Comic-Con, right?
might be a bad example, but one of these
Yes,
like
I know.
these
Then why would hold on? Why
Wrestling
would
is also not.
why would people at Comic
I
Con
know.
want to see people from Star Trek: The Next Generation when Star Trek's not a Comic Con type thing?
all right,
they have
fine.
they have their own standalone Star Trek
Of
convention.
course they do, and I'm sure that is real cool.
It's very well attended. I mean, if I'm you, I'm not taking like shots at people who are cool.
Oh, look.
Sitting here talking about your early 70s TV
I
shows.
have great respect for people who enjoy arcane, but like Star Trek is a 60s television show.
Yeah, well, it's a 60s, 80s, 90s, 2000, 2010s, and our current generation's TV show. It's been a lot of Star Trek.
All right, we have again gone off track, and this time I take full responsibility. I shouldn't have done. I shouldn't have brought this back up. I was right, but I.
Oh, so you're sticking with your right.
I mean,
on
I
this.
think I'm
I
right.
want to hear from the people whether or not, I'll even make this the cold open so people can answer in the comment section. Who is more famous?
All
Stone
time.
Cold Steve Austin or Steve Austin from the $1 Million Man,
$6
$6
Million
Million Man TV show from 1973?
All
I want to hear
time.
from you.
all time.
You know, when my sister at like my grandfather's 80th birthday did a speech for my grandfather like many years ago. Funny enough, at this birthday, Richard Simmons was at the restaurant and we gave him a piece of cake. And then he complained that the piece we gave him was too small. But I guess we thought like it's Richard Simmons. He wouldn't want a big piece. But my sister in her speech like invoked the $6 million man when talking about my grandfather. So that's how like old school you're going, Tim.
And famous that she could just make that reference at a birthday party in full
This
confidence.
this was
For-
like
for an
25
80-year-old.
years ago.
But in confidence that everybody in that room of whatever
25
age
years
will
ago.
get that reference instantaneously.
25 years ago. People were dishing out stunners at my Christmas party last year.
My point is, all-time fame is a different thing than like 2025 fame.
Steve was still famous. Austin.
I enjoy how you move the goalposts on this. Every single time you're wrong, now the conversation changes.
This is what I really was
But
trying
Austin was
to say.
famous like before the internet was like changed celebrity.
I agree with that. I'm not saying he's not famous. He's uber famous. But like,
And especially if we're talking worldwide, far more people across the world know about Stone Cold Steve Austin. So
all time.
All time.
All time, I'm not
Yes.
sure that's true.
Do you realize how big wrestling is internationally?
Yeah, but like, I think you underestimate like how many.
How many people outside of the U.S. watched the $6 Million Man? Basically none.
In 1978, you could be sure that if 250 million Americans at the time, 200 million plus knew who that was.
And that's it forever.
And plus, all the time it's been on syndication and watched. Anyway, I'm sorry. We have games to get through.
Whose dolls do you think have sold more?
Hey, who's made more in merch?
I don't know. I don't
They
want
both
to play.
had toys and
I don't
action
want to
You
figures.
play.
know what the answer to
I
this
don't know
question
the
is.
answer, and I don't want to play this game because I just feel like these are the things that get me in trouble. I make an offhanded, correct
I mean, this
comment,
is the fact this has now come back up 3 times and no one is going to agree with you.
but I'm right.
You're not right.
One's against me.
Giants and
Who did you-
are hosting the Vikings. All right, we got to this game 7 minutes ago. We didn't talk about it. JJ versus Dart. Giants 3-point dogs at home. Give me the Giants.
Give me the Vikings.
Coin
The
likes
bloom
it.
was sort of off the dart rose a little bit. He hasn't played very good recently. He just hasn't. It's just a fact. He had some good games. He's played worse recently. I think McCarthy is more likely than not to start playing a little better. Giants lose every game they're in. It'd be great. Look, I would love to see the Giants win this game. It would be beneficial to the Jets if the Giants won this game. I think the Giants are going to lose the game. I like the Vikings.
I'll
Is
go Giants.
Jackson Dart good enough where if the Giants had the first pick, they would automatically not take a quarterback?
I think so.
I don't think they would take a quarterback with the first pick. I think
Yeah.
they'd trade the pick.
I think they would too.
I'm taking Minnesota here. I had them last week. Had them the week before. Just gonna ride this thing, I guess, right now.
Let's see here. Jackson Dart. This is
Do
average.
you think Fonzie is more famous than Stone Cold?
Nope. I do not.
I think that's wrong. Oh, I think that's wrong.
And you
Not
got
all time. All time.
You got to
now.
remember that people
Over the last 50 years,
people
who's more
were
famous?
tuning into Arrested Development because Fonzie was on it. They forgot that was Fonzie.
Just saying. He was
Yeah,
like
these
on
people-
everybody's lunchbox in
Sure.
America for like 10 years.
Again, I don't know who you were hanging out with in the late 90s that wrestling wasn't the biggest thing that was going on, but it was.
It was a big thing for a small slice of the population.
No. Wrestling became quite
You
mainstream.
just happened to be in that small slice of the population.
I went to a junior high.
It was on
and
the
high
cover of TV Guide and shit. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
and
They had-
Fonzie wasn't?
They had 4 separate WWF issues for that
Oh,
WrestleMania.
yeah, sure. No one's ever heard of Fonzie. He's not famous.
No
No
one
one's
said
ever
that he-
heard of
no
Steve
one said
Austin.
that he wasn't.
You're right.
Your whole
no
point
one
is-
I know is famous. They're all the worst. I understand. I understand
Look at
now.
you.
I'm just saying.
Look at
Apparently,
you.
that's the argument you
Look
want
at you.
That's what you want to hear from me. That no one I've ever talked about is famous. I guess
Well,
they're not.
here's
Would you
your
say
point.
Fonzie or Hulk Hogan?
Hulk Fonzie or Hulk
Is it
Hogan?
Fonzie or Hulk Hogan?
I think Fonzie is more popular, but I think it's closer.
Was more famous?
I think Fonzie is all time, but I think it's closer than Steve Austin.
Bro.
See, you have really vastly underestimated how famous Stone Cold Steve Austin
He's
is.
extremely famous.
Based on what you've said, you don't think that at all.
Extremely famous, but Fonzie was like the most
You
famous
just said that
person in
Ric
the world.
Flair was more famous than Stone Cold, which is
Well,
not
I
true.
asked whether he was.
He's not.
Okay.
Not true. The Rock is also more famous than all these people.
You say so.
You don't think that The Rock is the highest grossing movie
I think
star?
he has a better case because of his movies. Yes. Yes, I think he has he's certainly more famous than Stone Cold because of his movies.
I agree that The Rock is more famous than Stone Cold.
Yeah,
The Rock,
I would admit-
The Rock is the most famous wrestler of all time.
I think that's probably true. He's not the most significant,
no, but he's the most famous.
but he's probably the most famous. Just eyeball recognition. Who is that person? You ask them on the street. I think that's right.
But if he did not do the movies, he and Stone Cold were there at the same time, he'd probably still end up being top 5 of most famous wrestlers of all
I
time.
think that's probably true.
But you
I'll,
don't
I'll
think that
defer
'cause-
to you. I'll defer to you on that.
But you're not deferring to me because you continue to underrate how famous
Well, you
Stone Cold
continue to
was.
underestimate how important pop cultural figures are.
Yeah, I get
For
it. little
everybody.
Stevie. We get it. We get it.
How do you think this is going to go for you, poll-wise?
I think it's going to go strongly.
Like, what's strongly? Like 4%?
Well,
agree
I
with
mean,
you?
the problem is the demo of this show is that little
Or
slice
not,
of the world.
most of this demo isn't dead, so they might actually know who Stone Cold is.
Again, you keep contending that all the things I like are the things that people in assisted living like, but I don't think that's true.
And shit, that was popular
True.
60 years ago.
From TV to ice cream, it's true.
We'll talk about ice cream soon. Believe me.
We will.
Oh, we will. We're going to talk about it.
I like ice cream even in the winter. Is that
We're
what
going
you
to
wanna
talk about this exact subject in about 6 hours when we get to the corner.
You feel vindicated, eh?
Oh, I have some comments to make about things.
Really?
Yeah, but that, as they say in the biz, is SEO. We still have horrible football games to get through first.
Yeah. 52 years ago, the show was on.
What?
52 years ago.
Yeah. Okay.
So when I say that most people are dead or live in assisted living, it's because it came out 52 years ago.
I think anybody who's a boomer knows who that is.
Are we at the?
No.
Well, we have one
No.
more horrible game, although it's the most consequential game of the afternoon.
Tampa, Carolina.
Ugh.
Bucks. Just
Bucks
give me
are-
the Bucks.
Bucks are favored by 3.
Yeah,
Give me the Bucks.
off the Thursday.
Yeah.
I'm not overthinking it.
Extra rest. They're more talented. They are.
You know-
They're like. I'd be curious, DVOA style. What's the gap between Tampa? I don't know this answer.
I doubt it's much because
I
Tampa's
don't know
not
this
good.
answer, but I have to assume Carolina is pretty clearly below Tampa.
I would guess that as well. Let's see.
Carolina, is Tampa getting anyone back with the extra rest?
But they got Evans. They got Evans back.
Dean might be back. Tampa is 21. Carolina's 25.
Okay,
They're like the
so
same-
they're closer than
like
I
the
would have
same
thought.
team. But
Carolina, like if I'm a Carolina fan, like I understand the joke that's happening, but at the same time, there is, and Tim might get this, there's a great deal of like value that you can't put a price on just to like get Canales his first playoff game. Even if they lose by
Yeah.
17 to Seattle. I don't think Bryce will be there long term, but just so when you get there, maybe next year as a much better team, it's not like the first run. So it's just a great opportunity to have like a trial run at playoff vibes.
I agree.
And I hope they get it because I got friends in the program, but I'm picking Tampa.
I'm taking Carolina. Week on, week off. Week on, week off. Is a week off for them last week? Week on.
Wax on, wax off. I haven't seen that movie because it came out 50 years ago.
In the same way we were last week, although the same.
No one knows The Karate Kid. That came out 50 years ago, so it's not famous.
Yeah, but the remake just came out, over the past 7 years?
Oh, yeah, but it's not wrestling, so no one's seen it.
Jaden Smith.
Who is more famous? I asked ChatGPT, Stone Cold Steve Austin or the $6 Million Man? Stone Cold Steve Austin is more famous overall. Why? He was the face of the WWF during the Attitude Era, one of the biggest pop culture booms in entertainment history. Massive crossover appeal in the late 90s, early 2000s, even in non-wrestling fans. Now Austin 316 continues to be referenced, memed, and featured by the WWE decades later. Lee Majors in the $6 Million Man, absolute TV legend. He was huge in the 70s, but his fame is more era-specific, stronger with older generations, and less culturally present today compared to Austin. Quick framing. 1970s, yes, Lee Major was more famous. All-time, multi-generational pop culture icon, Stone Cold Steve Austin. If you want, ChatGPT can break it down by global recognition, peak fame, and lasting cultural impact.
Don't want it to. I don't know why I brought it up again.
Pat.
I don't know why I brought it up again.
And now he's going to die this week because you brought him up. Might be dead by the time this show ends 10 hours from now. Fortunately, we are at the halfway. Oh, no, I actually had a question about this game.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
Whoever wins this division, and they're going to be like the massive underdog.
I will pick them to cover.
Will you pick them? I think I will.
I don't think I'll pick them to win, but I'll pick them to cover in the first round of the playoffs.
If Tampa somehow this rest gets Baker healthy, could they do something in the NFC?
What's something?
No,
Can they win a playoff
game? But
they can win that game.
Something.
Like if let's say, and God forbid this happens, but let's say the Seahawks are the 5 seed, and Sam blows up on the runway, then yes, they could win that game. But like that's as far as they can go.
There's no way that'll be the Monday nighter. It will absolutely be from the AFC.
I agree with you.
That's what I was saying.
Unless because the AFC is so sketchy that CBS just wants Pittsburgh on Sunday afternoon, and they might.
No, but if the 4-5, they get their pick of the 4-5 game, right? Monday night?
I don't know if they get their
pick
of the 4-5 game.
It has to be a 4-5.
The Monday night game has to be a 4-5.
If you can guarantee either, which you probably would, be able to guarantee Baltimore or Pittsburgh in that game, they're taking that game over whatever the fuck this is.
Rodgers is playing on primetime.
Yeah, or it could be Lamar versus Allen.
Yeah, it could be Allen at Lamar.
Yeah, that's right. Feeling less confident it'll be Baltimore, but yeah.
Well, Pittsburgh we'll get there. Pittsburgh can lose out and still have that game.
Yeah, exactly. I'm concerned about that.
So that's guaranteed the Week 18 Sunday nighter. Then?
Unless the Lions and Bears are a win and you're in, losing you're out game 2. You might prefer to have that.
I didn't mean to slow us
down. No, we wouldn't want to do that. We are on such a concise pace here.
We are at the midway point of the show.
Marshall is coming right to speed.
We're not at the midway point. We are at like the 3/4 pole at this point. We better be.
The group on the tee box behind us is complaining.
They should have that little system, like I said, where you push the button and after so many minutes, the hole gets covered over. It's such a great idea.
Could be a Custy Award winner.
That's such a great idea.
Not the hole. It should be like a 30-foot radius around the hole.
From when we started on the first tee of this show, we should be like on the 10th green. We're not there. Geoff and I are chatting it up on the 6th tee box.
Well, we're at maybe the midway point, maybe not the midway point of the show, but it is time for a mini version of Cust Corner.
He's got the hottest takes with the highest stakes. He should be president of the United States, but it's Cust Corner, it's Cust Corner, Cust Corner.
So, as a follow-up to last week's conversation, it occurred to me in the whole conversation about winter drinks and summer drinks, winter beer, summer beer, there's a whole contingent of people who seem to think that there are winter foods and summer foods. And that's really not true at the highest level. There are certain foods that might get more associated with seasons, but the very best foods have nothing to do with the time of year. And ice cream is the prime example. Ice cream is not a summer food, which really puts to bed the whole idea of summer and winter fare. Ice cream is popular and sold all year round and is beloved. There is no such thing really as a summer food or a winter food. Doesn't exist.
This is what you came with?
Well, that's one of the things I came with.
Okay, what's the next thing?
Like, it's a tough one because in the summer we would distinctively go out for ice cream.
Yes.
Go for ice cream in the winter.
We
Have
don't.
you ever done that?
Of course I have.
Yes, you'll go to Dairy Queen in -15. I know that.
Yeah. They're like
But
Christmas
I'm saying I wouldn't
branded
like,
ice
okay,
creams.
kids, let's go. Like, we're going out for ice cream. Like, for sure would happen in the summer.
I don't agree. I think it's the best foods have no seasonality.
Okay, so how about this? And if they are doing some sort of campaign for ice cream in the wintertime, it's probably to boost the sales because 85% of ice cream annual sales occur between May and September.
And Tim, you know how to get great? There's always great sales on the ice cream in the grocer's freezer in the winter.
There sure
They're
is.
trying to get rid of it. 'Cause
So
no one's
what?
buying
I'll
it.
eat it, and I do.
Yeah, exactly.
you can
Because
eat-
it's not a winter food. It's
But-
a year-round
No,
food.
it is still a summer food. But
Sales
it's
would
good in the
say that
winter.
is a summer food.
No, it's just
I
that-
just
it
told you.
is.
just because it's eaten more often at this time of year
How
or
come
that
there's
time
no
of
ice
year.
cream trucks playing the music right now.
That has no bearing on it on the food itself.
Oh yeah, what are you talking about? It has
No, it doesn't.
bearing on it.
Well, because they'll be able to sell it in the summer. They wouldn't be able to sell it during the winter.
If they had an ice cream truck that drove around the winter, it would do fine.
no.
It would do fine. People would still buy it. Come on, you know that.
Demand drops off significantly in the wintertime, often falling to only a fraction of summer levels. In some temperate markets, winter sales can be as low as 10% of the peak summer month sales.
I don't buy it. If you live in Phoenix, you know, you're just as likely to have an ice cream cone in
Okay,
January as you are
You
in
realize that most people don't live in Phoenix.
No, but ice cream is popular all year round.
Well, this is
I'm
saying
not
it's-
going to dispute that it
sales
doesn't.
would say that it is not.
There's no such thing as a summer or winter food, really.
But really, stats would tell you that that's not true.
No, because like, would you get judged for eating ice cream in the winter? Well, you would get judged for drinking an iced coffee in the winter, apparently.
Probably, yeah.
You
Like,
get
what do you-
judged
why-
for
why do you have
sitting
this ice cream
outside
cone?
eating ice cream in the winter.
Good outside food, too. That has a big part of it. Ice cream's a good outside food.
No, like
It is.
it annoys
Like,
me.
what would you say is the split between eating ice cream inside versus outside?
I don't know. I hate eating things outside. I'm a bad person to ask that to. I hate eating stuff
Okay,
outside.
Jeff, I'll ask you. What do you think that the split is between eating ice cream inside versus outside? Like 50-50?
Well, what time of year?
Like in the time of year when people eat ice cream in the summer.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, sure, 50-50.
Yeah, I used to like walk down, like when the babies were first born, I used to walk down to the ice cream store at the bottom of my street, get an ice cream, and just continue walking around. It's great. Didn't do that in the winter.
No, it's more.
My favorite Tim ice cream take is that waffle cones are pretentious.
Oh, they are totally pretentious. Oh my goodness.
I love waffle.
Oh, look at me walking around with my waffle cone, trying to make it. The ice cream I'm eating is so bad that I have to like gussy it up with a waffle cone because the ice cream's not good enough on its own.
But waffle cones can't just be
The most
delicious?
popular
They go
ice cream
together.
cones.
That's awesomeness.
If it were so great, why don't the places that actually sell
Some of
ice
these
cream?
nice places, like they make the waffle, they make the cones like in house.
And when you say the places that like sell it, you're talking about Dairy Queen,
and
right?
McDonald's.
Right.
The two places that sell the most ice cream.
Sure. They
Don't use waffle cones. They don't need to. The ice cream's good enough to stand on its own. It doesn't need a caramel dipped M&M covered waffle cone with peanuts.
Do you think the McDonald's and Dairy Queen sell more of the McFlurry/Blizzards or cones?
Probably cones, actually.
I would say the other way. That'd be my guess.
I would say cones are the big ice cream seller. Yeah, because of its facile ability to hold on to the cone and eat it that way.
Yeah, but usually you're getting
convenience
it,
factor.
If you're getting it at Dairy Queen, predominantly, I would guess you're getting it through drive-through. And people don't like to drive around with cones. They would rather have
I
something that
do.
doesn't. Not everyone eats everything in 13 seconds, Tim.
Or in their car, where I think a lot of ice cream gets eaten. Actually,
I would agree
It's
with
car
you,
ice cream.
but I think that most people don't consume it as fast as you, and they don't want to get it all over their fucking hand. They'd rather,
Parents say you got to finish the ice cream before we get back in the car.
yeah.
and the other, like, waffle cones are dumb. You don't need them. You're obviously not eating very good ice cream. If you need a waffle cone, then obviously the ice cream you're eating is not good enough. Good ice cream should stand on its own.
I feel like I could blow your
That's like
mind.
it's basically like saying
feel
that
like,
you're going to
yes,
get
that-
Kobe
that
beef and slather it in ketchup.
That Dairy Queen slop milk, probably no point. But I could take you to a premium parlor, fresh made waffle cone. I'd
And I would
change your world. I would change your world.
I hear disagreement on that side of the room, but I there's my argument stands, which is that the best ice cream doesn't need a fancy cone.
But also, additionally, McDonald's and Dairy Queen do not have the best ice cream. What are you talking about?
Well, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. The reason they sell so much is
because it's convenient.
Because it's beloved.
No, it's because it's convenient.
But convenience is part of what makes something awesome. The convenience
Honestly, we
factor is
honor
part of
like
what makes something
my
awesome.
late grandma by going to Dairy Queen sometimes. I'd never go there otherwise.
Really?
She loved it. Yeah, she just loved
I mean,
it.
my
it's
I same way, but
it's
I
not even
love
that
it.
cheap anymore.
Not at Dairy Queen, it isn't. McDonald's, it still is. In the summer, you can get $1 cones
Oh, summer you can get $1
because
cone.
that's when they sell them for $1. Even in the
But-
winter,
but
if you
what-
went to go
but
to an ice
how
cream
many
right now at
cones do you think
McDonald's,
You walk into McDonald's and ask the lady there if they sell more cones in the winter or the summer.
I mean, they probably do sell more.
when you say
in the summer.
probably,
They probably do.
do you need the word probably?
I wasn't
there?
trying to make the
You think
case that they're more
McFlurry
popular.
machine is broken in the winter very much.
Yeah, it's always broken. So yes, I mean they have a
But
But no,
Christmas.
but no one would know because no one's ordering.
Well, they have a whole Christmas themed McFlurry right now
Because they need to try to sell.
because people want to buy it. That people are interested in it.
So what you're saying is that anything they advertise is what people want.
No.
Oh, are you,
What I'm saying
are you
is the
sure you
fact
want to
that
go
the-
down
the-
this
the
road?
fact-
Because I have heard many times
Separate
out of your
argument.
mouth
Separate
about
argument.
advertising at fast food places. Well, people don't actually want that. But now I'm hearing that they do want that because it's
What
being
ice cream do
advertised.
you buy at home?
What do you mean? Like
Like,
like
do you have, like generic low rent Briars, or you step it up a
Chapman's?
bit?
I like usually Chapman's.
You
Like
guys support a good Canadian company.
that's usually what I buy. It's like a brick of Chapman's. Maybe usually what's on sale right now. It's some orange pineapple. Yeah, I like because I like orange pineapple.
What about those Oreo sandwiches? Those are the pote.
They're
Drumsticks? Yeah.
okay. They're okay. I don't love drumsticks. You don't get enough of them. I don't like the Chipwiches that much either. They're okay. They're fine. But again, if you're gonna have ice cream, have ice cream. You don't need all these
You
other.
don't even eat ice cream. That's the thing. McDonald's, Dairy Queen, it's like milk. It's not. It's like
Whatever.
It's not actual ice cream.
It's iced milk. Okay, whatever.
There's a big difference.
Whatever. It's delicious and people love it year round. I concede more people eat it in the summer than the winter, but that doesn't make it
because it's a summer food.
no. And that's why like it frustrates me to no end in the summer. Like, oh, like I want to have like you want to have like a roast and you're like, oh, that's really more of a fall meal, or chili is more of a fall. It's an any time of year meal because it's awesome.
I would argue, like going back to last week for a second.
Like your barbecue doesn't stop working in the winter because you can barbecue in the winter and it's still delicious.
But most people do not barbecue in the winter because it's too cold.
That doesn't matter. It doesn't make it a summer food.
Well, if you consume it more in the summer, it kind of does make it a summer
No,
food.
I don't agree. Don't agree at all. The best foods transcend season. They're available for purchase. People like them any time of year because they're the best foods. They aren't boxed into something. Like pumpkin pie is a seasonal food because it's really only available for the most part in a
Oh
particular
no, you
season.
can buy that year round.
Some it's
No,
harder
you
to
can
find.
go to the store and you can buy it year round, Tim. Not a seasonal food.
Some things are like mincemeat pie. You can't buy all year round. I really like.
I don't
mincemeat.
think I would ever buy it to begin
Well,
with, but sure.
Not to go down other rabbit holes, but I really like mincemeat
But
pie.
are fruits seasonal?
Well, some things are because they literally don't grow. I mean, it depends because some fruits you can grow effectively in greenhouses and you can get all year, but like other things you can't. But
I would wager that
You've been
clementines
stewing
are a
on
Christmas
this all
food.
week. You've been stewing about.
it just
doing
it annoys
and,
me.
and you have come on and just put more people against you with your ludicrous
I
comments.
dispute the idea of summer and winter foods. The best foods are awesome whenever, and you should be able to eat them without judgment. Oh, really? You're
have
having
a
stew
question.
and it's August? Like, that's weird. No,
It
stew
would
is
be-
delicious.
It would be weird. Like,
It's
why are you
delicious.
eating stew on this hot summer day?
Who cares? It's
Taking
delicious.
The kids tobogganing and we're packing s'mores.
Okay, why shouldn't you? What's wrong with that? I mean, tobogganing is terrifying. I don't like tobogganing. I'm afraid of sledding because I'm afraid of getting hurt. My balance is not the greatest sometimes.
From the man who thinks it's easy to dunk, I'm scared of tobogganing.
Not easy for me. I'm also terrified of tobogganing.
Isn't tobogganing no different than jumping out of space?
Well, I
You're
mean,
just going down.
in the sense of like it's not hard to do, yes,
just
but it's
release
extremely
yourself.
but it's extremely dangerous. That was my
When I was
point.
a kid, those like sick, like I don't know what you'd call it, like those like racer
The GT race,
GT racer.
Everyone had a GT racer. I was terrified of my GT racer. Terrified of it.
You'd like
Wait,
be in the garage, it would scare the shit out of you.
Yeah, because I could just see myself falling and breaking my arm. I don't like that. It scares me.
You'd be judged more for not using the toboggan.
Well, I did use it, but I don't like it.
You would not have wanted to play our game where people stood on the back and jumped at other people to knock them off. Hitchhikers is what we called it.
No, that sounds terrible.
And we would go through the woods with it too, so you could like angle people
That
into
sounds
trees.
terrifying. You could hit a tree.
Well, people did hit trees. They didn't win
I would not have been.
Losers.
I would not have been allowed to do that.
because you would have banned you from doing
Yes, I would have. That's too dangerous. Oh my goodness, that's too dangerous. The other point I wanted to talk about was at the Christmas party, Paul made a special point for me to say on the show what a good job I did of only having a couple of meatballs and leaving lots for everybody. I didn't just hang around and mean mug people at the food. I did a great job circulating. And so I just wanted to basically express the credit that he was giving me. That I deserve some credit.
that you didn't eat all the meatballs.
Yeah, exactly. I was on my best behavior.
So you just acted like a regular person.
I was on my best behavior.
Jared, did you
Someone
get any?
told me that Ozempic just squeezes the appetite a bit.
That may be. I've never touched that.
Yeah, people are accused because you've lost so much
Oh,
weight.
look,
people are accusing you of being on Ozempic.
If I
now.
were on Ozempic, I would tell you because I actually don't think there's any shame at all about being on Ozempic. I don't think losing weight on Ozempic is any less impressive or interesting or meaningful than losing without Ozempic. I think we've talked about this in the show in the past.
It's like your push-ups. I mean, I have nothing
don't make
against
any
Ozempic.
judgment.
I'll get on it when the guinea pig phase is over. Like once they perfect this shit.
I kind of feel like we're there now.
yeah,
Like, didn't the World Health Organization just authorize this week that
Well, you know when,
semaglutides
like, a
are
play
fine
at-
for like
Tim,
weight
you know
loss
when, like,
purposes?
you know when a big third down ends and you're with me, I'll count to 3 before I'll celebrate. 'Cause
Yes,
I'll wait for
I
5.
think we're at like 2.5, maybe
Okay,
even
well,
at
I'm
3. At
counting to
this point.
3 then.
I think we're pretty darn close.
But I would also disagree with you. Your opinion on aiding your weight loss with Ozempic is a lot like your aided like chin ups.
I don't see the difference between hiring a nutritionist and getting aid from a nutritionist and a personal trainer to lose weight versus getting assistance from medical science. Those are just differences in degree, not differences in kind.
I would say that you have a better chance of keeping the weight off.
Separate point.
If you lose it naturally than you would if you quit Ozempic.
I don't. I don't dispute that. I think that's probably correct, but that doesn't make one less impressive if impressive is the right way to think about it. Like I don't think that it's like you're a better health person by losing it naturally
I
by
agree
having.
with you. Any way to get the weight off is the move.
And I
You know,
don't.
they
And
say it helps with gambling urges.
I don't like.
What if it's just combos?
I don't like.
It's only combos, Geoff.
I don't like the sense of public judgment that you do.
I don't feel like there is a lot of. I mean, maybe
people are like, oh well, because that person's on Ozempic. It's as if what they've
I'm
done
not part
isn't
of the
incredibly
internet where
difficult
people,
anyway.
like, that's even like a thing.
Like
I've never
Ozempic's
actually-
not like a wonder drug in the sense that you just take it and then next thing you know you blink and you've lost 75 pounds.
No, you
I don't
said
even think you still have to work at it. You still have to.
we just have no appetite.
Yeah, like there's other factors at play.
Sure.
I don't think
I
those
don't
are-
Worried, like,
I
does
don't
it
find that
ruin your
people-
sex drive or something. Like
I-
that's
Well,
the
then-
thing, a
well,
guinea
they-
pig face.
Yeah, they don't know about that kind of thing. But I don't think that there's this like sort of judgment around the GLPs that you think that.
Well, when I say judgment, I mean like people are like actively trying to like steal credit from people. Like a person like 50 years ago, if somebody
Well,
lost a
they're
lot of
like
weight.
demanding. It's almost like they're demanding Like if like a female celebrity loses weight, they're almost like demanding she admit it.
And I think that's super weird.
I agree.
And I don't know where it's like, I don't quite understand where that judgment is coming
Well,
from.
I think that it's not so much.
Is it sour grapes?
It could be, but I think that there's a lot of people that are like, if I started using Ozempic, like I want to lose 15 pounds, I'm going to go on Ozempic. I feel like I should then be judged for that because I am not taking it for what it's supposed to be used for.
I don't think
like I should like
agree, but okay, and that's the point.
But I feel like those are the people who would get actually judged for it.
But that isn't that like what Cam complains about because there's some like shortages because it's become like a trendy Vogue thing as opposed to like someone like Cam or others with diabetes and they have to take like the knockoff brands because they can't get the good stuff because it's being used by like house moms to lose 12 pounds.
Yeah, I think so. And I think that's the wrong reason to use it. We're going to have a big problem here in Canada with it, as was pointed out by you.
Well, this is what I had read. I haven't read much more about it since, but it seemed like the patent had been lost.
Yeah,
or
it
something.
seems like the Ozempic patent has been lost, Geoff. So they can make like generic Ozempic for 1/20th of the price now.
So we got
like,
cheap. Big win for Cam.
I think losing weight is a good thing, irrespective of how you do it. And I don't think that you should demean or look down your nose at people who did it with one form of assistance, because I'm not sure it's significantly that more different than if you had a different type of assistance with a personal trainer and with a nutritionist. That's also assistance. That's still something beyond you helping you. It isn't an injection. It's something else.
Well, it doesn't physically change your capacity to demand food. You still have to fight off.
You're right.
But what I'm saying is that I think that there should be reserved judgment for people who are not overweight, who are taking it to try to get a six pack.
Well, yeah, because that suggests an obsession with like purpose of losing a lot of weight is to become healthier. It should be. It's not just about when things become purely about aesthetics. That's not a good thing. There's more to this world than just aesthetics. Like health should be more important.
And that's why people make ice cream a summer food. Because if you eat it all year round, you're not going to lose.
I read
weight.
somewhere like ice cream's like the least healthy thing you can eat.
I wouldn't be stunned about that.
Seems like of all the things you could eat that would be super unhealthy.
Sugar and fat.
Of all the things you could eat that would be super unhealthy, like I feel like I get ice. I feel like there'd be like something that's like super deep fried should be worse for me. You would think.
Well,
I don't know.
You know
I'm clearly not a nutritionist.
Figure, but we eat a lot of ice cream. I mean, I have ice cream pretty much with my kids after every Chargers game.
Frozen yogurt's really good too, and as is sherbet. They're good. I think those things are tasty.
Not big on desserts.
I just want my children when I'm dead to, when they see the Chargers on TV in the corner of their eye and their husband might be watching, that they don't think of me being crazy. They think about eating ice cream with me. So I'm just trying to condition their brain a bit.
I can't lie. I can't.
Might be a lost cause. Might be a lost.
I can't walk by the McCain frozen cakes anymore, Geoff, without thinking about you.
That was like a past life, but
I know, but
like
it doesn't
cakes,
matter.
Those McCain cakes and those Crown Royal sundaes, those were like those are like an era. Like Tampa brought back the creamsicles. Maybe once in a while I'll have to like do a throwback Sunday.
Playoffs.
That brown liquor like off a bad playoff loss, I'd be a mess. Tito's goes down easier.
Late set of games?
Let's do it.
Jags at Denver. Prove it game.
Sure is for both teams, really.
Nah, I feel
more
like
so for Jacksonville.
More so for Jacksonville. Denver's a 3-point favorite. 46 is the number. I think that Denver wipes the floor with them. I'm taking Denver.
I get it. Florida team, outdoors, in the cold, on the road. A lot of question marks. I'm on the Jags, and I'm teasing the Jags. It's going to be a close game. I don't think Jacksonville's going to get blown out here. I think it's going to be an excellent game. This is a potential AFC. You laugh. This is a potential AFC championship game.
I don't think anyone's laughing anymore.
Maybe. I think it's going to be a very good game.
It's hard to wrap our head around, but it feels real. Both.
I assume this is Nance and Romo. It's got to be the America's Game of the Week, Nance Romo, or are they doing Pittsburgh, Detroit?
Ooh.
I'll effort that. Geoff, who are you taking?
Those are both 4:00. I'm gonna side with Tim here. I'm gonna take Jacksonville. I have just been really impressed by how both of these quarterbacks have been playing. But with the Jags, I feel like I do have the better quarterback, the better receivers. And maybe right now the better team. So give me Jack. I'm taking the points, Jackson.
I am too, but like I will say, the Florida team in the cold is not often a recipe for success.
Steelers, Lions, Nance and Romo.
That is their game. Okay.
Jacksonville's D is a lot better than I think that people give it credit for, and I think that's their trump card in this game. If their D can show up as well and limit what the Broncos can do offensively. But I just kind of take a look back. The game that sticks out the most of this 2-week run, like at the Texans, and then they beat the Chargers. Like they ended up losing to the Texans in Davis Mills, but they scored a lot of points in that game.
Yeah, they gave up the lead very late.
How did they score the points in that game, though?
Which game?
In the Texans game.
I don't remember.
Probably like early turnovers. Yeah.
Lawrence
I bet on Houston that game. I was so lucky.
Lawrence was 13 of 23 for 158 yards, and they won 36-20, or they lost 36-29.
Yeah.
And they got up big early in that game. So it didn't really seem like, must have been the defense turning over Mills or a special teams. I think Parker Washington actually returned a kickoff that game. So they didn't do much against Houston. They did nothing against Seattle. They did nothing against the Rams. And now they're playing one of these top 5 defenses again, where they have shown the inability to score points offensively.
But the Chargers have a great defense, and they scored 1 million points on them.
The Chargers defense wasn't healthy then, though.
Granted.
That was pre-bye week Chargers.
Granted.
I don't really want to break that down, but that was the Chargers off like a great primetime win. 13 weeks into a season, just gasping for a bye. But they got belt to ass pretty good. But let me play them again.
Yeah, so it's a great game. I like Jacksonville, but like I'm teasing them because I think it's gonna be a close game.
Atlanta, Arizona. Jacoby Brissett getting disrespected at home. 2.5-point dogs. 48's the total.
Never has there been.
The only, okay, one sec. Before you start, I'm just going to continue to lay out my strategy where I will be taking Arizona in this game.
As am I.
Because there is a minus in front of Atlanta.
I get it.
And we all got Atlanta. We got Atlanta right last week.
Yeah, except for that weird second half against the Seahawks that went against type. Atlanta's been extremely predictable.
So yeah, Arizona. Jacoby Brissett can get his second win.
There has never been a bigger garbage time QB. I mean that. Like that.
He's Blake Bortles in the last generation.
Even more so. I think of because like Jacksonville won games.
20 points versus Houston's impressive.
Not when they're up 30-0.
Not when they're all garbage time. Like I have a pretty good memory for the history of the league. I don't remember a team and a quarterback who was so good in garbage time and was so dreadful when things mattered than Brissett in Arizona. Like this to me is like
Arizona's
a platonic ideal.
Arizona's also had the worst injury report in the league for like a month running.
Oh, everybody's hurt.
I wouldn't say that the Cardinals lose games because Brissett sucks early in
No,
games.
not
I would
at
say
all.
that they lose games because their defense just gives up 25 points to begin every game.
Yeah, like they're very weird. Like you can't just stat sheet understand Arizona. You actually have to watch the games to figure out what they're doing.
I would wager
that Manning gets another chance.
Yeah, I think they will not let him go. There's too many.
I think they'll let him
pick Kyler, right? So how do you fire a coach you didn't even?
There's going to be too many openings for Arizona to also be open. If I'm the Cardinals, do I really want the 7th best or 8th best coach on the market this year? Maybe I wait another year.
Unless you had someone in mind that people weren't like thinking about.
Maybe.
You might get a chance to draft a quarterback.
I'll play the other side. I'll be the lone Falcon backer here.
Shocking.
But what about next year with the Falcons?
I can be
Kyle Pitts is amazing.
I can be right back with a good coach. I can be right back.
Drake London might be back for this game too. Pittsburgh at Detroit. The game we just talked about. Lions are favored by 7. I don't think that's enough. I'm taking Detroit.
Could be a super lock.
Teasing the Lions down too.
We already did our Detroit bit for the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I too want to see them get back into. I think it would be fun to have them back in.
They're a fun team, and
but it is funny how it's like, that Week 18 game could really matter between the Bears and the Lions, like a win and get in game. If the Bears win this week, the Packers are kind of on their face too here.
They are. I don't know who the Packers' last 2 games are though.
JJ Watt gonna be back here?
One is the Vikings.
TJ Watt.
So yeah,
TJ Watt had a collapsed lung, didn't he?
Yeah, I would be thinking that he doesn't play till like Week 18 in that game. If at the
you
earliest.
could be right. Yeah,
home Ravens at Vikings for the Packers. 2 losable games, 2 winnable games, 2 losable games.
Yeah,
I'm taking the Lions, and this is definitely a potential super lock for me.
And you're taking the Lions?
I'm taking the Lions, and I'm
coin is
teasing the
taking
Lions.
The Lions.
This
as
Steelers
well.
team, like,
I don't get the Steelers team at all. Man.
but they're at 8-6. They need one more win for Tomlin to once again go over 500. I don't think it'll be this week, but I don't know who they have next week before the Ravens.
I
Week
believe
18.
they have the
Browns?
Browns.
So like they could easily win. They could easily win that game.
Yeah, actually, they play
Cincinnati.
It's the Steelers next week. Steelers, Browns next week.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Steelers, Ravens week 18.
Yeah, I knew that was week 18. So if they beat the Browns next week, they get to 9 wins.
But if they just, even if they win out, like even if they just win their next 2 games, do they clinch this?
Well, Baltimore's 7-7.
Like Baltimore has to win
So
out
Baltimore loses and they're 7-8. Pittsburgh wins and they're 9-6. That's it. No, because they could still finish 9-8. Both teams can finish 9-8.
But if the Steelers just win their 2 games before the Ravens,
and the Ravens lose
and the
one.
Ravens
If the
lose
Ravens
once.
lose one of their next 2 and Steelers win both, then yeah, I don't think then they would have 10 wins, and Baltimore would have 8 losses, and therefore they couldn't catch them. That's correct.
So what's the third tiebreak for division? Because they would have
Common opponents.
AFC conference record.
conference record. The Steelers
Yeah.
are 7-3 in conference.
I think it's first is head to head, second is division, third is common.
That's why this
opponents.
game is even meaningless because it'd be an NFC loss. Not
But no,
meaningless.
common opponents.
Common
is before,
opponents
is,
would be
is
next,
before AFC record in division. Not for
okay,
a wild card.
For wild card,
wild
though,
card,
conference
it's
record.
conference record.
Yeah.
In division, common opponents comes before division record conference. So that's why this game would be relevant because Detroit played the Ravens and Detroit beat the Ravens. So if Pittsburgh were to beat Detroit, that would give them another tiebreak over the Ravens. Another team in the common opponents that they would be ahead of.
Correct. The Steelers have an 83% chance of making the playoffs right now.
And I think that's partly because Baltimore has the Patriots this week and the Packers next week.
Yeah, and the Ravens have a 17% chance.
The Ravens have to win both of those games probably to have a crack to get in.
Yeah, so there's a chance here that Pittsburgh might not put. They're going to play to win the game, obviously, but
Yes.
they might not be showing everything they need to show here.
Maybe.
If it gets bad early, might just be
Maybe.
let's run the ball.
The Lions have had a very unlucky season. And so this is the type of weird game they lose. But I just don't think the Steelers can score enough points in Detroit. If this game were in Pittsburgh, I might feel differently. Cold, outdoors for a dome. Indoors, in Detroit. Detroit's still got everything to play for. Either the Packers or the Bears will have lost Saturday night, and so they'll still be live. I just think Detroit eats them alive. I really do.
Raiders at Houston. Do you know what the Raiders team total is this week?
Well, I see the total is 38.
And
so
Houston
their team
is favored by
total
14.5.
so it's like 24, 22. Like what's their team total?
No, the Raiders.
Yeah, the Raiders team total.
11.5.
Yeah, I was going to say 14. So 11.5.
I don't see how you
Doesn't
can take
matter.
Vegas. Gino might be back.
I have live written down here. I hate it. I hate it, but it's just too many
It's
points.
one of those things at this point. There's only 3 weeks left. I need to see it in real life to believe it. The Texans.
I'm taking the Texans too.
I get it.
After they routed Arizona last week was it in Arizona? It was in
Yeah.
Houston. No, it was in Houston. But either way, like that was only 10.
I know.
Like,
I
if you-
understand.
If you put Vegas at Arizona this week, what do you think the spread is?
Arizona by like 5.5,
Or
4.5. I know.
I think it's like 6 or 7. Like, I don't think the spread is high enough.
I know.
Like, it really should be 17.5.
I just think the Raiders have to be the right side in this game.
How do they score in this?
I-
game?
it's like
That they got 70 yards last week.
I know. 20,
Like-
20 to 10. Give me a 20 to 10 game.
Like one of the main reasons that I took Arizona last week, which was incorrect, like I still think Arizona can score,
And they did.
and they did. And that still wasn't enough. And it's not like the Texans' red zone offense was lighting the world on fire. They settled for a bunch of field goals.
The world is going to be on Houston. Houston's been playing great football, but like the NFL logic tells you
That Vegas wins.
that not that they win, but that Vegas keeps it quasi
Houston
competitive.
have a big game. Like, does Houston have a look ahead next week where this could be like Seattle versus the Colts?
They have Indianapolis in the last week, and I don't know. Do they have the Jags next week?
Oh, they have the Chargers on Saturday. Yeah.
the Chargers on a Saturday night, which
It is a
kind of-
big game for them.
By the way, it's not CBS. It's NFL Network and Peacock on Saturday night.
Is that so? Okay. Granted.
There's 5 games before Sunday next week. Should we do 2 shows?
No.
Sorry.
No, we should not.
We just record them back to back.
We can,
and
but
just call them 2
we could
shows.
do
If
that.
people are away. It's just little dip. I don't know.
Sure.
Just,
Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. But we'll just do all the recording at once.
Sunday Night Football, New England at Baltimore. The Ravens are 2.5-point favorites. When we guess this spread on Sunday night, I guess the wrong team is a favorite.
Mhm.
Usually when I do that, I just pick the team that I thought should have been the favorite in the first place. I don't know where New England is worse than Baltimore. New England's better than Baltimore. New England. Nice bounce back spot for them. Now, it's more fun if they lose. I agree with you, to really throw a monkey wrench into the AFC.
Yeah,
but
you hate to see that.
I just don't see it.
They lose. Oh, that would set up the Bills.
Yeah.
And then
just-
it would open the door for the Broncos to run away with the bye too.
So I like the Patriots, and I'm actually going to tease the Patriots because I don't think the Ravens are going to blow them out. But I will say this is the of the 4 picks I have the least confidence in on my teaser, and it's because like Baltimore did just win 27-0 in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Like that's a great win.
Agree.
Given the context, given the circumstances, not only did they dominate them, like Lamar had moments where he actually ran the ball, and actually like even had like flashes of old Lamar, and he didn't need to use it too often. The defense was, of course, lights out. They played a fantastically perfect football game. I didn't see that. I mean, the Bengals were my Superlocks, for heaven's sakes. Like, I did not see that coming. That was a complete punch out of the dark. I was really impressed with how the Ravens played. Like, that's the way the Ravens, people thought they were going to talk. When they were 1-5, and people said, but they're still going to make a run. They're still a really good team. That's the Ravens team they were talking about. If they have found form and they're going to play to a similar quality on defense and get the ball to Derrick Henry and give him a chance to just keep running and running and running. It's like the Patriots did give up 35 points. The Bills scored like 3 consecutive touchdowns.
The Bills do that to everyone, though. That's what the Bills do.
My point is the Patriots defense didn't look locked down by any means.
It didn't, but claiming we can't play both sides of this, that emo Burrow looked like he packed in the season, and then claim that Baltimore's defense was awesome.
And
Also, I would keep an eye on Ronnie Staley for this game. If he's not playing, that's a real problem.
I agree. I am taking the Patriots, and I think the tease is smart here because it moves you through some key numbers. But I'm worried. If Baltimore has found something, they could grind the Patriots, who don't have they haven't played in big games this year. They don't have the type of muscle memory. Baltimore's been playing a playoff game more or less for 2 months and are more battle tested. And even the game they lost to Pittsburgh, like that was real weird. And like had a touchdown taken off the board that should have counted. So like I discounted Baltimore too much. They had a bad game on Thanksgiving. Then they got a weird loss to the Steelers, and I sort of ready to write them off. And the odds say that they're like down and out for the division. It's a tough game. I'm not as confident taking the Patriots as I should be. A little nervous. I think it's going to be no outcome in this game will surprise me. If the Patriots rout them, well, the Patriots have been playing good football most of the year, and the Ravens haven't been. So a rout for the Patriots would make a lot of sense. If Baltimore crushed them, I could see that. Like Baltimore just crushed a good Cincinnati team last week.
Cincinnati's also what, like 4 and
a team that blew them out
10.
A team that blew them out 10 days previous.
Division game. I mean, the point differential for the Bengals is minus 123.
Well, yeah, their defense is terrible.
Yeah,
but
but
I
they're
feel
not
like
a
they
good
just
team.
played.
I get that, but it's a division game. There's been a weird.
That game is leaving a bad taste in my mouth.
Sure, but
Or
when
good
we go
taste.
back and look at some of the weirdest outcomes of the year, the Raiders bringing the Broncos to the wire on Thursday Night Football seems to make absolutely no sense. Just division games are weird sometimes.
They are. That's granted. And like I said, I'm going to give the Patriots the benefit of the doubt here, but I don't know. I'm a little worried.
So not your super lock.
No, by no means.
Jeffrey, your pick.
Whew. This is not an easy one, but I don't really care much about the opponent per se. I do think last week we saw a couple things. We saw Baltimore's defense feel like it's getting a bit healthier. And I don't say Lamar is right. And this is a risky game, sort of like a risky game to play in terms of like betting money. But man, oh man, I feel like we're on the cusp of like watching football and being holy shit, Lamar's 100% again. Game fucking on.
I would be sad if Lamar was 100% and they don't make the playoffs, because I think that he would be fun to have in these playoffs being 100%. but they may have run out of time.
Like historically, Lamar hates the Patriots. Lamar is a guy who dances in the end zone as he scores against the Patriots. Like he was the only big quarterback in like the late part of the Patriots' last like dynastic run that was never afraid to play the Patriots, beat the Patriots, go toe to toe with the Patriots. Like I don't know, like
Neither was Ryan Tannehill. What's your point?
I'm very nervous. If you told me that we could get like Lamar like throwing and running and playing phenomenally with the whole world watching, could see it happen.
So the 2 MVP favorites are in primetime this week.
They are Thursday and Monday. It's a good game to flex.
Sunday
It's a good game to flex for NBC to get the Patriots on Sunday night. It's a real test. Patriots' only test so far has been a division opponent that they split games with.
So, Geoff, who are you taking?
I'll take the Ravens, but I'm only betting it because I'm a DGen for a standalone.
Final game of the week. The Niners are at Indianapolis. Rivers has been named the starter again, although Anthony Richardson has been cleared to resume practice. So presumably he might be the backup for this game. Maybe he can get it up to game shape, which is not always the thing. The Colts are 6-point dogs at home. 46.5 is the over-under. I feel like the only way that the Colts cover this spread is if Jonathan Taylor rushes for 200 yards, which he might be able to do against this bad defense. But I don't think that San Francisco is going to have the issues scoring on the Colts defense like Seattle did for whatever reason. And all you need to do, stop that, please. Stop clicking your pen.
I will.
Just bring everyone up 10 yards off the line of scrimmage and you'll be fine.
Yeah, like I said, play a 46 style defense would be the way I would approach it. So I like the Colts. I like the Colts here for a couple of reasons. First, Tennessee hung around in that game against the 49ers for way
That's
too long.
not true.
It was 17 it was very close at halftime. Like 17 to like the Titans were in that game for way too long.
Geoff, that was your super lock. I assume you watched that. I mean, it was probably on the same time with it wasn't on the same time with the Chargers. So I assume you watched a bunch of that game. Did you feel like the Niners were ever in danger of losing that game?
Losing outright, never. The spread was annoying, but I got it.
But they didn't dominate the way I expected them to completely
Well, they
dominate.
pulled away, and then they got up 17, and then it sort of felt like it didn't matter.
I don't know. I feel like the Colts defense the Colts defense proved it can play really good football. And I see no reason to think it won't continue to play pretty good football. Sauce might even be back in this game. So I think the defense is going to play all right. If the Colts are smart and they run the ball a lot with Jonathan Taylor, and they set up Phil to have a lot of high percentage little passes to Abdullah and to Thomas, and to Taylor, like this could be another really low scoring, really defensive game. It could be another 19-16 type of game. And the 49ers, it's an AFC game. The 49ers obviously want to win. They have every reason to want to win. I think it's going to be very tight. I think you overestimate the 49ers in this game at your peril.
I think that you're underrating how good their offense has been this year. And that's with half the season of not having their guys.
Offense is very good. But
they're
Colts
a top
defense,
5 offense.
Colts defense took a better offense last week.
They
shut them down.
That is not even
I would
close to
rather
true.
have Seattle's offense than San Francisco's offense.
Well, numbers would disagree with
Well, I'd rather have their receiving core and
you would rather because just because it has JSN?
that had such a better year than anybody else. Yes.
Sure, but the
the
overall receiving core for San Francisco is much better.
And I would rather have Sam right now than I would rather have
Purdy? Really?
I would. And
Geoff,
I like Purdy.
Who would you rather have? Would you rather have Purdy or Darnold? Because I'd rather have Purdy.
Oh, that's tough. I'm going to lean Sam and Duck. I don't know if that's the right answer, though.
It's Phil.
I like the Colts. I think this game's just going to be close. Weird Monday night football game around the holidays.
I think we're getting a gift with this spread because the Colts showed up last week.
But they sure did show up on both sides of the ball.
They did, but just think about like it's
on the advance though. I don't know. It's tough. The Colts they suck. It's like 3.5 yards of play. And the 49ers defense isn't as nearly good as Seattle's, but the Colts offense is so bad, doesn't matter. And that's what I'm thinking.
That's where I'm getting that. I think that the limitations on the Colts offense will kind of mitigate kind of how bad San Francisco's defense is. Again, unless Jonathan Taylor just starts gashing them, which is definitely on the table. But it's no different than when Geoff points out that the first game with either a new coach or a backup quarterback on a good team coming in the game, these guys play over their skis. And that's what this defense did last week.
Pat, you know what it kind of reminds me of? Even though the Colts they didn't win, they like just lost. It's almost like Saturday's first game where he won as a head coach, and then the shitstorm that came after that.
Maybe.
This game reeks of that for me. It's going to be my super lock. It's my favorite game on the board by far.
I don't know. People treated last week like it was that game where the Broncos didn't have any quarterbacks and had to start, what was his name, Kendall Hinton?
Well, one thing
they treated Phillip like Kendall Hinton. That was wrong.
I saw this
like the year that you guys treated Phil in the Masters, like he was like I don't know, like he was Fuzzy Zeller or something.
Master champion Fuzzy Zeller.
Or like Larry Mize
Master
or something.
champion Larry
Mize. Or
Mize.
Ben Crenshaw in that Masters, and he finished second. Like, you guys.
You also now retroactively claim that he had a chance to win that Masters.
No, he really didn't. But he did finish second. My point is,
he really didn't.
People
he had no chance.
But he did finish second.
Right.
And so people, we underestimated Phillip at a cartoonish level, and I am as guilty as anybody of doing that.
I don't really think that we did. What we underestimated was Indy's D all of a sudden became a top 1 unit in the NFL.
Their defense,
which they're not. They're not that good of a defense.
No, but the 49ers defense is bad enough that that'll mitigate the 49ers offense.
I really don't think so, because I don't think their defense, as Geoff pointed out, needs to be that good again. Like, Rivers couldn't do anything, and the only thing that he was good at doing, someone pointed this out, and I didn't quite think about it at the time, but sacks are a quarterback set. He got sacked once.
Mm-hmm.
He just got rid of the ball. He's like, I'm getting rid of it.
No,
yeah,
they didn't blitz, which shocked me. Like, I understand normally they don't have to, but they didn't make him rush anything. They let him wait for the blood dump to get open.
I'm curious whether Saleh will blitz, only because the back end of his
out
defense
of respect,
has got
they didn't want to.
He doesn't blitz.
If there's any team to run blitzes against, because no one can take advantage of the back end of your defense, it's against
But
Phil
I wonder
Rivers.
if he will, because usually he just
also,
can't afford to blitz.
That ball that Downs, I think, or the receiver didn't see, that moon ball was better than Tua's moon ball.
That's true. Downs sort of was
they're
looking.
not playing Tua, they're playing Rivers.
Same person, according to
I'm just saying, I watched
just had to get
TV
another
last
Tua
night, and I saw a lot of I saw whatever. The Dolphins, maybe Rivers will be an option for them next year.
Keep extending that health care.
Yeah, I don't love it. I'm gonna pick Rivers, but you could be right, Pat. This could be just such a rope-a-dope that they no one gave them a chance. They competed, and now everyone's just gonna blindly back them plus these points on Monday night when they have
indoors at home.
Yeah, but you see, this is another thing. I think that being outdoors really benefited them.
Colts
last
have
week.
been so good indoors.
The Colts were good indoors because they could run play action, throw balls down the field, and beat everyone with their speed. They can't do that now.
Understand.
And their defense has a better chance of being productive outdoors than indoors at this point, especially against one of the 5 best offenses. Being indoors is going to benefit San Francisco in this game, not Indianapolis.
Maybe you're right.
I listen, this is going to look really stupid when Jared clips this and it's a short clip. This is 35-14.
Okay.
May I make another comment?
No.
As Tim desperately wants us to leave.
Hey, it's his fault the show lasted
over
so
the
long.
last week or two since I gave my list. A lot of my things have sort of just come up in ways. And I would say my number one thing, the quarterback development issue in this league and the lack thereof, is the exact reason why Phillip Rivers was called back into action.
I don't disagree with you. On the flip side, this Phillip Rivers story, I think in some ways we're underselling it. It will be inexplicable to people 10 years from now, 15 years from now, that this happened.
I don't like that his whole career is going to be bottled into this month.
I feel
that's
for
what
you.
I don't like about in the annals. He's now going to be remembered for this month.
Yes, it's not fair. But one of the first things people are going to mention in that first couple of lines when people talk about Phillip Rivers' career this month, because it's so beyond extraordinary, this is what people are going to remember. Oh yeah, he came back after being off for 5 years at 44 and didn't play too badly.
He's down to 5-1 for comeback player of the year. He's going to win.
I think it's a cinch. He could throw 5 picks in every game the rest of the way in. That
I
first
think they'd
game,
have to, like,
that
actually
first game
make
cinched it.
playoffs.
No,
I don't
no,
think
I
he
don't
can
think so.
play
No.
like he played
No.
last week 2 more times.
No.
I think as long as he just plays, he wins.
Yeah, I think he's got it sewn up.
I disagree. I would almost disagree.
Do you think Flacco gets in the Hall of Fame?
No,
I
I
think
don't.
that he,
No.
I think if Rivers is in, I think you put Flacco in.
Maybe
Because
that's,
he's
that's
been a
another.
he's been a productive
conversation.
quarterback at age 40, and he won a Super Bowl.
I mean, he did win a Super
I
Bowl.
mean, Eli's in. I get that he won 2, but
Eli's not in.
he's gonna get it.
Well,
So-
at some point, maybe.
Yeah, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
One would think.
I will say it did feel like I was in a time machine late on Sunday. I almost started to tear up a little. Like in the moments before Phillip threw a desperation heave interception, we know we've seen them before. We get the ad read for 60 minutes right after immediately following the game anywhere but the West Coast. Then Phillip throws a pick. It like literally reminded me of just took me back in time to a different place.
I was convinced that he was going to lead them into field goal range, and then they just simply missed the field goal to really go full Chargers.
a real homage.
Oh yeah.
Or get him down to the 1 yard line and Jonathan Taylor would just
What
fumble
I'll
across
want
the goal
from
line.
this game will really almost like if the I know this sucks for me to say, but you guys know me well enough. Like if the Chargers win, I'll desperately want the Colts to win. If the Chargers lose, I don't want to lose 10 points of playoff probability. I just don't.
Lane Johnson and Jalen Carter both not practicing early.
Not good.
Didn't matter against the Raiders.
No, it didn't. But the Raiders are dead. Yet I picked them against the Texans. How smart am I?
I picked the Raiders last week.
Yeah.
I'm a genius, super genius.
I guess it's my turn to be Wile E. Coyote, super genius, and have the Roadrunner just run past me over and over again.
Superlocks for week number 16. I'm taking the Niners -6 on Monday Night Football. You said you were going to take Indy. Go against me.
Oh, Lions.
Lions -7 at home against the Steelers for Tim. Jeffrey?
Detroit.
Oh,
You're also taking Detroit. Okay.
all right.
Sorry, didn't you just say you were taking the Monday Nighter?
And Cust said he's taking Detroit.
I said the Lions.
Oh.
That's okay. We could be on the same month. We haven't done that all year. We can have the same
You could
Super Bowl.
use some of my juju.
I could indeed. The last time you and I picked the same thing this year,
You guys got
we picked
eliminated
the-
from Survivor.
we picked the Rams against the 49ers on a Thursday night, and we got eliminated from Survivor.
Well, yeah,
So
that was.
we
that
have
was-
a
Stop clicking your pen.
we have a bad history of being together on picks. But
Just like Cam and Rob, but Rob demands to be on the same side as Rob. Recap your teaser for us, please.
Jaguars, Bills, Lions, Patriots.
6-point teaser. That should pay you right around 2-1, I think.
Yeah, I don't love it either.
We're 10-5 on teasers on the Best Bet Show.
Keep the good times rolling.
It's me bringing like the past 3 weeks have just been an absolute disaster.
Happens. It's just not your year. Maybe it'll be your playoffs.
I'm still above 500
Yeah,
on that
but
show, fortunately.
Maybe the playoffs will be where you.
Maybe. But like things were going great until right around Thanksgiving, and it's fallen off a cliff.
Are you going to take Alex Pierce long reception on Monday night?
No, I will not. A lot of unders on some of these receivers for the Colts turned out to be
Over
the
on
play.
Amir Abdullah.
But the one that I didn't play on Sunday, Jeff, that I'm telling Tim in the room, just like going through, was like, I can't believe I didn't play this. I looked at it all week, and I'll probably fire it, and it's going to just blow up my face this time. But Rivers over completions comboed with under yardage.
Yeah. That makes sense. I don't think you'll get the reverse correlation number you want because with Rivers, it's just sort of the only option.
Yeah.
Well, yes and no, because the yardage number is so low.
Yeah, I
Like,
guess you would really need like one of the receivers to get loose after one of those little crossers and make up 60 yards right there.
Yeah, not a hot take, but is something else I pointed out to you that you know why the Texans are scary, Jeff?
Will Anderson and Stingley and
They don't miss tackles. They tackle at the first point of contact every time. Like these dump outs to the flats, no one's juking them. Petrie's just fucking tackling them.
You can block
Pat-
and you can tackle.
Pat-
You win in the NFL.
I don't want to make it about me.
I'm sure this
But-
is going to go good. Write the time down.
The Chargers have been so good at that. I mean that.
They were on Sunday. I watched a
they
lot of that.
swarm the ball. The first defender makes contact, but he goes to the carpet.
I was
Oh my
incredibly
Lord.
impressed at how physical they played.
Relentless physicality. We
It was.
paid for it. We bought a coach and we paid for this.
Oh my God. There's something going on with TweetDeck right now where it's just filling my timeline full of people that I don't follow. And like the number one thing up is Truth Seeker. And they're just popping craziness into my timeline. I'm not on the For You tab here. Just on my regular people.
Are you on the For You tab? Because
I'm not, no.
Because that is a place you don't want to be.
I'm a hardened defender of the app. It is like, I don't understand. How can they have both the DMs and these chat things running simultaneously? Even my following feed changed into like popular instead of most recent, so I wasn't seeing any tweets.
No, but I'm saying right now that my most recent tab, which I do have open right now, is just the For You tab. It's full of fucking insanity.
Look at the company you keep.
I'm not following these people.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm caught in a vicious cycle.
No.
It's like there are things that are so upsetting that I can't help but simple jack them. But all it does, the
put more of it.
then will keep feeding me these things that are so upsetting, and I can't resist simple jack.
I know about that.
You know what someone wrote me today?
Do I want to know? Do I want to know on air?
Yeah, it's fine. I
Okay.
laughed at it. I showed my friends because then my other friend's little brother like joined the conversation. Every podcast I've seen with Geoff on it, he seems like a fun-loving guy. And then I checked Twitter and he's completely unhinged.
I would not disagree with that.
I think the show does wonders for you.
And then someone else says, "Yep, say it ain't so. When you're online, your heroes become assholes." And then my friend's little brother chimes in and goes, "He was my hero before we had dial-up."
Now, if it wasn't most insane, it was just most angry, Geoff would win.
Yes, most caustic online, Geoff would win.
Yeah, that's not the award.
No, it's not.
Unfortunately, maybe you can go to the rules.
But there's
committee.
only going to be after this year one more Custy award.
So you better vote.
You better vote. This is it. Once we get to year 10, we're done.
And you better come to our live show, Live Custies, 10-year anniversary.
It's the last live show I'll ever do. It's the last Custies. There's a lot of lasts.
And Geoff, I had mentioned this to you before, but as we're getting into YouTube golf this summer, you got to get on a plane and get down here.
Yeah, that's good. Summer, can't good.
So you can eat ice. So you can eat ice cream.
Tim
then.
is already campaigning for. This is like how he says the Jets are winning in 2 years. He's already campaigning for Custies.
You can't accuse me of not being a consistent person.
Well, that will do it for us on the Pat Mayo Experience. I want to thank Dayton and Jared, despite not knowing who the $6 million man is.
That still blows my mind.
I want to thank Geoff and, of course, the coin. And Tim
and August.
Not my name.
For being here tonight. Thank you for sticking with us all the way through the show. Code SURVEY when you sign up for the monthly at SharpStack right now, 4for4.com/Mayo. You put in survey, you get the monthly, you get a free week, you get a month for $10, and one person will be drawn on December 23rd for a lifetime membership for the Rabbit Hole, Fantasy National, and SharpStack. You may as well do it. Plus, fantasygolfchampionships.com. Get those gifts in now. Buy an entry for anyone who enjoys golf in your life. If they enjoy golf a little bit, it will go way up if they join this contest because just give them something to talk about, something to follow along. It doesn't take too much time. You might win over $100,000. All right? Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time.
Mayo Experience! Experience!